What is up, my friends, my felons, and my flippers, to quote Zippy from a few Bally Awards ago? Welcome back to the Camaro EE YouTube channel for another stream, the first one since the Bally Awards. How we all doing? I've been taking a little bit of a break, but I can tell you with certainty that that break ends today, and I need to catch up on a lot of stuff. This is a little bit of a late night stream. I'm hoping that you're all doing well today. 2026 is awesome. We can agree to disagree on that one, Scott. We'll get into that in a second. What up, Fancy? What up, Jonah? Tony? Mateo? Spark? Of course, hello to Scott. Finger? Kid named Finger, hello. Let's just, let's get it over with. Bang! What's up, Ty? How you doing? Wow, that's really, hold on. I didn't check this before. Let me lower the exposure on that a little bit. Is that a little better? That looks a little better, I think. I think that we're not as overblown there. What's up, Ty? How you doing? So chat, I just want to get this out of the way now. I'm just going to do it now. Blade Bias is returning to life tomorrow, but it will not be your typical head-mounted flipping script. It will be like this. I set up my camera and I talked to camera. It is one of the first times in the channel's history where I went extensively into where my head's at, some struggles that I've been having, and spoke out about... I don't know why I'm so scared to admit this. Spoke out about recent events that have happened in America that have quite frankly appalled me to no end, that I can no longer stay silent about. That does not mean that my channel is becoming political. Let me just get that straight through everyone's head right now. But this is something that I felt the need to talk about. So tomorrow's video will look very different. It will be very serious. If that is not up your alley, that is okay. But I ask you, give me a chance. There's a lot of good info in that. And then the other half of it is some real shit that I want to talk about. Okay? Okay. Cool. Let's get into the more fun stuff. Again, it'll be out tomorrow. Give it a chance. If it's not for you, fine. That's okay. How we all doing? How are we all doing? Okay, let me be real. And this is kind of part of the video tomorrow. I haven't missed Balisong as much as I thought I would, but I have made a few advancements recently. A few goals to myself that I'm not going to share with you because then they're not going to happen. That have made me far more excited. So maybe this will be a new era. Maybe it'll be exactly the same. I have no idea. All I know is that I haven't streamed in a while. So we're streaming today. Nothing wrong with politics as long as you keep it respectful. Yeah, no. I mean, I think a lot of people disagree with that. But yeah, I agree. I don't know why I'm all wishy-washy. I trust you. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. I do want to shout out, I haven't consumed much Balisong content in my break. When I say that it was a Balisong break, the cheese here, which is still super washed out, holy shit, is the first time that I have touched a Balisong in any meaningful way in the last month. So that's cool. I flipped for maybe 10 minutes in the past 3 weeks, collectively. So that is super, super sick. What's up, Grim? Reason I bring all that up is because, as we see in chat here, we have 24 Scott and we have Grim Flips. Two people who have been streaming in the time that I have been away that I have been enjoying hanging out with. I have not been very talkative in those chats. I am far better at being in front of the camera and talking to chat than being in the chat and keeping chat going. I apologize for that, both Scott and Grim, but you guys have been doing some good work, and I really wanted to throw you guys a quick little shout out there at the beginning of this stream. What is up, Mateo? Hello. Hello, hello. There's been actually a lot that's been happening. W headphones, thank you, Oliver. They are the Hi-Fi Min Anandan Nano. 10. 10 what? Wait, did I say 10? Am I stupid? Kid named Finger, am I stupid? Should I stream? Dude, you should do whatever you want. People always come to me and ask me about content ideas. Ultimately, you got to be the one that starts your content. If you have the passion to make a video about something, run it. Run it, run it, run it. Always weird to be called by name over the internet. Always weird to be called by name over the internet. My brother in chat, you named yourself that. Been showing up. What more could anyone ask for? Hey, you can always ask for more, man. You, my friend, can always ask for more. I'm using a different setup here, so I actually have my phone with me now. That probably not a good thing for both my distraction level and for just private stuff that I have on my phone. Took a little break, Jesse. December was kind of crazy, but I'll get back at it. I feel ya. December is always a crazy time. I'll play that card then. Want to send me a knife? Scott, if you want to review something, I would be more than happy to send something your way. As my little token of appreciation for all the nice messages. If I can... Okay, actually, hold up. Scott, I would like to genuinely shout you out here at this moment in time, because you and the messages that you... I know you talked on your stream last night about how you blew up my DMs. Your messages and your genuine... How do I say this? Enthusiasm for what I did, your genuinely kind words are a not insignificant part of the reason that tomorrow's Blade Bias video will not be an announcement of me stepping back. And that's true for a few other people in the community. There's been a lot of different people who have pushed me this way or pushed me this way. One of the things that pushed me the other way was a story that someone posted recently. Trigger warning, I guess, kind of. Someone who dropped a knife and it hit one of their arteries. Genuinely, if you saw it on Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. And I am never going to not think about that if I ever flip a live blade over my leg. Ever. Like that story genuinely fucking scared me to the point where I don't want to flip live blades right now. I don't want to touch my live blades, period. I've been the opposite of you. I flipped 3 to 4 hours a day recently. Hell yeah, dude. I hope I can get back there. I haven't flipped 3 to 4 hours a day in a long time. It's been a while. Got your back, the whole community. You need to talk. I'm here. I appreciate you, Scott. I really, really do. And I genuinely mean it. Scott and Grim, I brought you up earlier. If there is a knife that you want to review or try, we can talk about it. There's a few that I will not let touch the mail because if they get lost, I would be devastated. But we can... Hey, I want to carry on Ted's legacy at least a little bit. I can't be sending stuff out to everyone, but I will extend that offer. Gotta bring up Transformers. I wonder why. Personally, who's a huge Transformers fan, there's nothing better than Transformers Rescue Bots as a Scott childhood cartoon. Rescue Bots is a goated show. I love Rescue Bots. To this day, I can watch an episode of Rescue Bots and still appreciate it for what it is. It is a children's show, but it's not like a kid's show. You know what I mean? It's like actually still watchable as an adult, unlike a lot of other kids shows. It's not like a Bluey level show, I don't think, but it's still pretty good. I'll be super corny and say, just be my friend. Whatever you need, man. Rescue Bots was peak. Rescue Bots Academy was less peak, but Rescue Bots was peak. I got stuff to finish. Hey, that's okay. Just hit me up when the time comes. I dropped a Kraken tip down on my foot today. It's, oh, dude, my 2 feet have not healed from dropping the wing on my feet. Ooh. I can still feel, like, if you guys have ever, again, this is a little graphic, but if you have ever dropped a tip of a Balisong into yourself, there's like that feeling of like feeling it inside you, which of course you feel it inside you because it is inside you, but you know what I mean? Like that feel, I hate that feeling so much. Oh, it's such a bad feeling. And when I dropped the wing into my foot, that's all I could feel the whole rest of the day, was just that like inside feeling. Ugh. I don't know, maybe I'm just speaking to myself here and everyone's like, what the hell are you talking about? What's up, RZ? I'm jumping all over in Balisong, in Balisong, in chat here. Michelle says, I have a Lego Balisong. Epic. A lot of people started off that way. Ty? I got my eye on you. You're on thin freaking ice, brother. I know where you live. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Actually, Ty, I have to DM you something that I've been meaning to DM you all day. Mystic. Oh, that is Mystic's profile picture. Is that Mystic? I'm sorry, I don't recognize your YouTube. I laddered into stabbing my hand a month ago with my Orion. That's when I realized I needed to dull that thing. Oh, I'm a trainer guy, man. I can't do it. I can't do it with live blades. I get there's a large amount of people who think it's cool and it makes you like an awesome person to flip a live blade. Ethan just messaged me, come over, let's cuddle. Bro, you can't out me like that. You can't out me like that, dude. I fell down the stairs after dropping my Stignas. Oh my god. I changed it. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I thought I've seen you in YouTube before and your name was Mystic. I see. I'm pretty good. How you doing, Mystic? Dull your live blades makes everything better. I agree. But at the same time, getting cut by a improperly dulled Balisong is almost worse than getting cut by a sharp one. There's a lot of talk of cutting so far. I don't like how this stream has been going so far. Can there we go. Love the Hot Wheels in the back. Yeah, they're kind of covered up at this point, but that was one of my hobbies. I actually haven't collected Hot Wheels in a while because there was a period of time before Christmas where they stocked like 5,000 of them in stores, and now we're at the point where it's just all the same stuff I've already seen, so. Trainers where it's at for me. Having a live does make me respect the craft that much more, even if I do prefer the trainers. Totally agree. No reason, no hate against anyone who flips live blades. Just me personally. Can't do it consistently. Best N64 game. You're going to hate me for this. Mario 64. Simply just one of the most revolutionary video games possibly ever. The transition from 2D to 3D was huge. Blood all over the bathroom at Blade Show during Bally Comp. Oh, man. Oh, man. Have you ever flipped a Hydraken? I haven't. I've heard it's good. I don't really like to get into the Frankenstein things because the second I make a video on a Frankenstein Balisong, every comment I ever receive ever is going to be, try this blade with these handles, try this blade with these handles, try this blade with these handles. I don't want to deal with it, man. New semester. I hope it goes well for you. I feel your pain, even though I'm not in school anymore. I feel your pain. I hope it doesn't consume you. Some of my friends who are still in school are struggling rough this year, so I salute you, dude. I feel like live blades flip better than trainers. That's a take I'll agree with. That right there. I'm sorry, trainer people. I think it's just true. Live blades genuinely do have a better weight distribution of weight. Because instead of a trainer being, you know, trainers are the definition of all or nothing. They're a very binary weight distribution, because here it is entirely full thickness and here it is nothing. Live blades have variety. I guess here's a way to think about it. Trainers, in terms of weight distribution, are like binary signals where you can only have a true or a false. False live blades and live blades in general are kind of more of like an analog signal where you can have an infinite number of values in between a given range, because you can have very, very fine adjustment of how the metal is distributed throughout the blades. You can have some thin parts, you can have some thick parts. It's pretty cool. But I genuinely agree with you. I genuinely think that the I just realized something. Genuinely believe that live blades flip better. They got like hot pockets of weight. Hot spots. That's what I call hot spots. I'm not gonna mess with it. I thought it was a I thought it was on my ultra wide, but who cares? Who cares, man? Yeah, chair time. I actually got a new chair. So now people can stop bullying me in the Blade Bias comments. And by that, I mean the 2 people that have ever left a comment about the big rip that my old chair had. But the problem is, whenever I stand up, it has a mind of its own. It just starts spinning. What is Unk status? Scott, whoever called you Unk status, I'm coming after them personally. What's up, Eno? How you doing? Personally. Chat. Who's Sam? Sam. Freaking Unk status? Well, Scott's goat status, if you ask me. Unk status, how do I even describe this? Unk status just is a young person telling you that you're old. If a Zoomer calls you Unk, he means that you're old. No one asks you, Ethan. Okay, I'll keep my glazing to myself next time. That's fine by me. I'm totally Unk status. I've got 4 grandkids. I mean, yeah. Can't really argue with that. But still, respect your elders. Don't call them unks. I need an actual chair for my dorm. The wooden one hurts. Do you have like a padded wooden one, or is it just wood? Because do you have the fun ones that like they have a rocking point? Or maybe they didn't even have a rocking point. Maybe they were just flat. But they had that part on the back that let it lean back a little further. People have different names for what that is, but that was my college chair in my dorm. Mwah. I'd probably hate that chair if I still had it, but it was so good. Do I still have... I do. If I do this, and then I do this... Look, it's my old dorm room. That stupid chair right there. I loved that thing. I could lean back in it and everything. It was so sick. I said, for the love of Pete. That's Unk status, bro. Why do you have that ready? It's my my green screen. So if I turn off my camera, it'll go to my green screen background, which at the moment is my old apartment. But I also have a different one that is my old dorm room. So if my green screen's not behind me, but if my green screen was behind me, I'd be able to throw it up, and you would see, boom. You would see that. It's pretty cool. Are you the Balisong guy? No. Not in 2026, I'm not. Low-key, my dorm is a vibe. My dorm is probably... We used to have this back when I streamed, like, chat. I used to stream, like, every other day. This used to be, like, a big thing. And I think most people in the chat right now are, like, no offense, new ages or, like, new-gen Balisong flippers who weren't watching all the way back then. But we used to have a thing where I would ask... what my stream viewers thought of each of my stream backgrounds, and I think it was always the case that this was my my audience's favorite stream background, because you've got the colored light on the side. I had a colored light on my desk that would illuminate my face. You got the C2H60, which is a classic. Everyone always asks what that means, and I think that's so funny. We got Marty down there. It was just a good background. I don't know, my dorm room was kind of awesome. How do you feel about Ghost flipping finally being back? It's good. He's going to fill in that. I think there was a void there that that Ghost left, being someone who uploaded about as frequently as I did and streamed way more often than I did. So it was nice to... It was nice. It's nice to have him back. What I'm more excited about, though, is his drifting channel, or his car channel. I hope, personally, I'm going to be an old person by saying this, but I hope he gets a head mount instead of holding his camera while he's driving a manual vehicle. But I'm kind of excited to see where he brings that channel. Can you please post a slow-mo of that smooth fan to choker fan you do? Maybe? If I remember, I can. I don't really think a slow-mo is gonna help. I think in slow motion, maybe. I guess I've never slow-moed that. Let me see if I remember. Let me see if I remember. Then we'll go from there. That being said, though, I really don't think slow-mo is going to help you learn that. It's very instant. At least it feels instant when I do it. Like, it's a very just stop and start move, so I don't really think you're gonna... Anyway, either way. I'm rambling at this point. I want to move over... Actually, should I even move over yet? Chat is still very active, so why did I do that? I just looked up Orion. Okay, Balisong? How hard is it? There we go. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see this before. The Kite AL. Whoa. Okay, I need to, you know what? I was going to do this later. We're just going to do this now. Check this shit out. Check the... Oh, my camera. Hold on. Hold on. We'll get there. We'll get there. Where's my droid cam? Where is it? Thank you. We can just do this. And then we can do this. And then we can just do that. And then boom. And I'm centered. Cool. I didn't realize it had the cool anno on the side here. That is super cool. The Orion V2 is what I was initially going to talk about, but I saw this screenshot. That is super cool. I didn't know that this existed. And then they've got the black one. What is the difference here? I actually haven't read into this a bunch yet. I believe... Should I even say this? I think LDY is going to send me one of these. I believe. But what did they do? Functional bottle opener utility trainer. I think it was functional before. Instrument level tuned acoustics. I love when Balisong companies do this. I think Thomas Balisong also did this once. What does instrument level tuned acoustics mean? Genuinely. What does that mean? Does it mean it's tuned to be played like an instrument? Does it mean it sounds like an instrument? Because that doesn't make any sense. Does it mean it has acoustics that would be high quality enough to be recorded like an instrument? I don't know what that means. Tuned to 440 hertz. That would be sick. Scale color black, and they've got silver and, oh, I see, silver and red and green camo. That's a cool colorway. It's got a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Oh, I'd plug into that all day. Dual stage CNC anti-pinch pivot protection. Does it look that much different from the last one? Not really. Classic momentum. Again, what? Closer to neutral balance. This is what I really care about. And then there's an adjustable weight system, which there wasn't on the original kite, I believe. I mean, it looks cool. I'm excited. The original kite, the more that I've been flipping it, it's just far too handle biased for me to enjoy it. So I just don't enjoy it that much. The fact that this is closer to neutral might be a good shout to. I'm glad that they're at least expressed interest in sending me one. We'll see when I get it. I'd get an Orion V2 if it wasn't colored like Buzz Lightyear. It is Joker colors right now. We'll talk about the Orion V2 in just a second here. Tone quality? Maybe, Oliver. It looks a bit flatter, the jimping area. I mean, it probably is. That's what anti-pinch means to me, at least. But the original Kite Ale wasn't that pinchy anyway, so... Wow, wait, Grim, that's your dorm? That's wild. That looks very cramped. But I guess my dorm room was cramped as well, so oh well. Do you think you would consider me a new gen viewer? The first of one of your vids I saw was about the red and black swordfish. I think you're so new gen that you don't even realize that that wasn't my video. I didn't make a video like, wait, did I? I never owned a black and red swordfish. I can tell you that for a fact. But like maybe I made a video on the swordfish while Ty had his, because I think the black and red one was Ty's. Swordfish is an enigma. That's the one I did. Oh no, the video that Ty made, that was a red and blue swordfish that he had. I never flipped this. Ty and I never met up in person in this era where he was kind of flipping over this green area. And then the only other... That's my Prisma Pro. Holy shit. That's my Prisma V1. Oh, is this the Benjamin video? Yes, it is. Activated me like a sleeper agent seeing my Prisma Pro right there. Yeah, this is the only swordfish video I ever made, and this was with Banks. Banks had his dogs out in this video. I forgot. Poor guy. Ted! Ted, have you been here for a while and I just ignored you? I'm so sorry if that's the case. Ted is the GOAT. That's true. Very true. What in the fuck? I love those stupid knives. What is this? You guys can't see it. What is this? Why that guy got a knife that's bigger than me? Unironically, first ever double-edged Balisong dagger.
Kings have collabed. We now have a Zenith Krake Raken. So Flightanium and
It always flashbangs me when they use the actual name of the Kraken. Oh man.
Squid Industries have come together with this amazing collab. We have a live edge, double edge blade on this thing, and it is just gorgeous. These are only available at the show right now, but they will be available at Blade HQ coming soon.
Okay, that wasn't as bad. I thought they were gonna go into a bunch of like crazy Balisong terminology that just doesn't exist. Hi Ethan, happy to catch a stream. I've watched yours and Will's and Brandon's content for a good minute. For last 2025, I got myself a Blemish Vulp, enjoying it so far, learning as I go on treks. Hey, appreciate it, Nick. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sharing your experience. I lost my train of thought there. I'm sorry. I never even answered your question, Jonah. Would I consider... If we use the Banks video, the Banks Swordfish video, would I consider you a new gen viewer? I think I would. I think most Blade Bias viewers I would consider new gen viewers because they don't know. They're not up to the lingo of my peak streams were right around the time Blade Bias started. I mean, we can go to my channel, I guess. Seen some older stuff, though. Tony, you're probably Ted's the oldest. Ted is the oldest fan in this chat, I think, unless Ty is still here. Ted gave us the shirts that were featured in the first ever Blade Bias video. There's some lore for you. Probably the oldest too. Maybe not. Maybe. What am I doing? Where is OBS? Dear God. I am stupid. Let's go. Camaro EE. View your channel. So like this era, if we go back to my live streams, actually, you won't even see peak era on my live streams. Because, yeah, I didn't start actually uploading my live streams. If you go to playlists, you'll find the live stream archive. This was peak Camaro EE live streams because I put them all in an unlisted playlist so they didn't clog up my channel. Because at the time, YouTube didn't distinguish between live streams and videos. So, like, they would just shove them all on your channel together. So I put them in this little playlist. But I used to stream, gosh, maybe once every other day, sometimes once a day. The streams that we did in this background, which is the current room that I'm in when my desk was turned. My desk was actually right here against this wall, and you guys faced out that way. But this was peak Camaro EE streams, and this was 3 years ago. June 14th. This was like early Blade Bias days. Because Blade Bias started May of that same year, I think. Yeah, the podcast started May 5th, 2022. And then the actual videos, which the shirts that Ted sent us, was May 24th. So we're actually coming up on the 4-year anniversary of Blade Bias, which is freaking wild, dude. Freaking sick, dude. Oh, there's Ty. Ty's the oldest viewer. There we go. What the fricker? What did I just do? Hello? Wait, I can't. Oh shit. OBS is now bigger than my monitor. I can't grab it and like move it. How did this happen? How did this happen? Oh shit, man. It's taller than my monitor. I can't alt tab. No, I know that. I can't move it though. I can't grab any part of the window. Hold on. Window size default keybind. Does that exist? Just rotate your screen. True. Windows up. There we go. Okay. Thank you, Google. I love you. All right. I've been missing out on chat here. Second or third Kuno vid. That's pretty OG. 10 inches of snow and it started snowing again. I completely, in all of my talk about other recent events that I made at the beginning of this stream, I hope everyone is doing okay with like the ice storm. If you live in the southern US, there's like a dangerous amount of snow and ice sweeping across the country. I hope everyone's okay. I'm assuming the people that are here have power. Have a good one, kid named Finger. See you, Finger. Have a good one. I hope everyone's okay. I hope no one's snowed in or like freezing. But again, like I said, if you're here, you probably have power, so you're probably okay. Awesome seeing the rest of the world face a Montana winter, and we're over here in the high 50s. You're in the 50s. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Flip my swordfish for the first time. I do not remember it being that bad. There's a reason they discontinued it. It's just a worst owl. Friend has a smart car in the snow. It's like almost fully covering it up to the bumper. What's up, Desuko? Dude. Friend has a smart car. How does that thing do in the snow? That probably can't drive that very well in the snow. Titanium swordfish when? I don't think so. Y'all see the conspiracy of it being plastic snow because people were using a lighter on a snowball and it was leaving soot. I feel the car push forward every time he hits the brakes. That's awesome. I don't know whether to think that smart cars are like really funny or just really dumb, but I'll never judge someone for what they drive unless they drive a Cybertruck. Those kind of suck. It's not judgment though. It's just more of like a why did you do that? 87. 87. Nissan Juke. Nissan Jukes are awesome. No, you shut your mouth, Telestro. Nissan Jukes they rock. I would have owned one if I ever found one in my price range. That would have been my first ever car, mark my words. Got to look up a Nissan Juke now. Here, I'll give everyone in chat. It's for my whole life I've just known what cars look like. I forget there's people out there who don't just hear a car name and immediately recognize what it is. Here's a Nissan Juke for you. I love these stupid little things. They're my favorite. Look at him. He's so fucking stupid. The headlights literally bulge out of the top of the hood of the car. It's awesome. They rock. Why the juke look like that? Like, for what purpose? Because it's awesome, and it's funny, and it's cool. Then again, my car right now is a little goober, so that's okay. My ass been driving a 2009 Mazda 3. That's fire, though. Since I started driving, reversed it over a curb and into a building. Oh, less fire, but Mazda 3, that's pretty cool, man. I've had so many issues with my Subaru Crosstrek. Oh, man. What's up, Matthew? Die, you're real. Oh, boy. Oh, man. That... It's the strangest winter here. We only had snow like 4 times. Yeah, we were like, the weather people were hyping us up for like a really bad winter. And until 2026, it was really mild. It snowed like once or twice. Of course, since 2026 began, much like the rest of the world, the winter has been breaking down into chaos. Or the winter has been breaking down into chaos. And it's just been windy and snowy pretty much the whole time. That's fun. Zuko, have you been flipping? I watched your unboxing video. Have you been like genuinely flipping and using the Balisong? Or are you like keeping it safe because it's a one-of-one thing? Does it not flip how you wanted it to? Like, how does, because I've constantly been thinking about what would have happened if like I submitted a design that got a prototype. Part of me would want to main that design, but part of me would also think that there'd be issues with it, or that I'd be too worried about it getting like broken or stolen or lost, so I would want to put it on like a pedestal. I don't know how that works. I've been flipping the Balisong and the Crescent every day. I genuinely love the Balisong so much. Okay, that's sick. That's awesome. I need to get a Crescent. Nabali's never sent me one. I reached out to ask them when a restock was, and they gave me a estimate, but it's still a good bit away. But I think the Crescent, would it be crazy to say that the Crescent is one of the most covered new releases recently? Because I feel like everywhere I go, I see a YouTuber upload a video about the Crescent. Carries momentum in a super fun way. Crescent is for sure, oh, excuse me, a way better competitive flipper, but Balisong's very fun. You've been seeing that. Wait, RZ, I'm sorry. I only just pieced together your profile picture. You're one of the designers, right? No? Shoot. I'm getting people mixed up on their profile pictures. My apologies. Tip for anyone curious about the FBR role. When looking it up, make sure you add the word Balisong to your search. Oh, no, man. Oh, Gibby. Why did you do this to us? Jappy's so chill. We've chatted a lot since Krake in the Valleys. It was Jappy and it was Ivy, right? Ivy. Lixie is one of the two. I'm getting people mixed up. Oh no. Gibby was going crazy in VC last night. It was Ivy? Okay. Everyone keeps overlooking Ivy. I heard about that. Which sucks. It must suck to be a collaborator on a project and not get any recognition like at all. I can't imagine that it's that anyone's overlooking Ivy maliciously, but I don't know. Is it worth it to get a Superfly if I already have a Cuda? The Cuda is very different from the Superfly, but that's kind of what you get when you go titanium. I had a Crescent I was going to send you in the next oh, hold on. Ted Spectacular package. I thought you said Ted Spacular, and that I was like, that's a word. That shit vanished. It vanished? The Crescent? You don't have to send me a Crescent, Ted. That's okay. I think people have covered the Crescent enough. I'm personally prioritizing looking for a cat. People have constantly been asking me to talk about the cat. So I guess I'm gonna try and do it, especially since it seems like English creators haven't really latched onto the cat at all. I'm definitely Blade Bias is moving to be a fill the void rather than I upload everything that I possibly can. I'm not just gonna buy Balisongs because people want me to flip and talk about them, but I will probably buy a Balisong that no one else talks about if that's what people are clamoring for. I want to love the cat, but I strongly dislike the look of it. I don't know. Is that a hot take? I like the cat. I think it looks cool. My question is with Nibali's. Has anyone gone on Nibali's website lately and seen the stand that they're pairing with the Impulse? Because this shit rocks. If you go to the Impulse and then you click the stand, for some fucking reason, they decided to make a 3D printed stand with tanks and aircraft for the Impulse. And I think that is so funny. Because all the other stands, like, genuinely kind of go with the Balisongs. You know, you've got the cat stand that comes with a cat stand. Who could have imagined? There's a ghost one, but I think that's like a random one that they do. Wait. Nibali's? Breaking news, I guess. The cat is now back in stock for no fucking reason. Hello? Ted. Ted, no, we can't do that. Why is it restocked? Holy shit. Wait, I need to buy one. Hold on. The blue one is out of stock, though. I want the blue one. Did I just get the blue one with the stand? I'm going to get the blue one with the stand. Maybe I get the lavender one. I'm going to get the lavender one. Yeah, I think that's a better deal. Wait, is the 2 premium surfaces Teflon, white, blue, purple, anodized? Okay, so the cat's in stock. Nibali's reached out to me the other day. Or sorry, I asked Nibali's when they were planning on making these and restocking them, and they told me in March. So I was expecting to wait a lot longer. For some reason, they're just here. So if you want a cat, now's the time. I really want a blue one, but I think the purple one will be better. I don't have many purple Balisongs. Yeah, I'm going to get the purple one. Fuck it. I'm buying a cat. There we go. You guys can't see this, right? Okay, good. Let's keep it that way. So I didn't restock Jump Scare. I just came on here to show you. I can't believe this happened. I'm genuinely kind of shocked. You know what? I'm actually here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to just do this. Free shipping, send to that address with that pay method. Discount code, is there like a Will Hirsch discount code? No. I think this is gonna work. I think I'm gonna make a video about this, and then I have someone who I might gift this to that would probably really like it. So that's why I'll get the purple one. The refault. Yeah, I'll freaking get this. Does anyone know if Will has a Nabali's code? I thought they did. Will uploaded a video recently that like shilled all of his stuff. Nabali's affiliate link. Here we go. Now if I go to go to my cart, view cart, check out. This is the affiliate link, but it did not do anything for the price. That's okay, whatever. Whatever, man. Boom, 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 boom. That's the right thing. That's the right thing. I'm getting the lavender one. Trainer only. Cool. Pay now. Let's go. There you go. That's why you watch my streams, so that you can be the first to know that I will be reviewing the cat eventually when it shows up. And Nabali's told me literally yesterday that it wouldn't be restocked for another month, and here we are. So thanks, Nabali's. I'm just kidding. They're fine. They're fine. I'm just messing with you. Whoo, that eats into the old bank account. Holy cow. Okay. Let me just confirm that they sent me an email about that, and we will be good to turn the computer or the camera back on. You've reached the silver. Thank you for being a part of the Nabali's community. I got points? What the fuck? I don't know what that means. Anyway. All right. We're good. $75. Not bad. Not bad. I would prefer the Teflon one anyway. See you, Jack. What's up, PS5? It is a very cute Balisong, and a lot of people have not. Ted, what the actual fuck? What are you saying? What are you, Ted, what are you talking about? How could you not get the cat stand? I could get the cat stand, but it's $5. It is $5 extra. It's fine, but I just didn't feel the need. I don't know. I have wanted to get one of those Nabali's Balisong stands, but I have so many Balisong stands. I have a drawer down here that is just filled. You guys can't even see it. It's just filled with Balisong stands. You can kind of see like a... I have no need for any more. Favorite Transformer, go, Triptychon. Second favorite, Optimus. Third favorite, Blue Streak. Sorry, Thundercracker. Low-key irritated that Nabali's doesn't just release the 3D print files for those stands. I'm surprised they don't, but unless you had a multicolor printer, then you wouldn't even be able to really do it as well as they can anyway. They only release some of them. Okay. My crushed Mazda 3 is now in your Instagram DMs? Hell yeah. I've been thinking, do you have a spicy Balisong idea? What do you mean by that? I don't... Sorry, when you say spicy Balisong idea, my brain goes completely other places that I just don't want to bring into the Balisong community. Not the weird... No, you're good. That's my fault. That's my brain-rotted... Yeah, Balisong. Okay, well, now the chat's gonna take that and run. More of a Bumblebee fan, kind of basic, but I like Optimus Prime, so that's very basic. I was hoping to gift you one of my currently flipping Bally stands when I met you at Blade Show, and I'll have to give it to RZ. Hey. If you want to give me one, it's okay. I just don't feel the need to spend so much money on stands. Like Ted said in chat, I have 2 oatmeal stands, which are my favorite ones. I have multiple, like, single Balisong stands and multiple Balisong stands and Balisong stands that have bit storage and screwdriver storage and Balisong stands that have little drawers on them. Like, I have so many. Can I get a blade bias review on the final product of my Bally? I can't think of any more things to add to it. If you're talking about like an actual product, then I'm not going to commit to anything right now. Once you have like a product in hand, if you want to send it to me, just shoot me a DM when it's ready. But I'm not going to commit to anything this far in advance. No, like the one in Discord. Oh, if it's not a physical thing, I can't really give you too much feedback on it. More of a play on the currently playing record holder, but for the Bally. I do like the idea of that. That's pretty cool. But I would definitely give that to someone else who isn't drowning in Balisong stands like I am. Have you tried or used the Crescent? I have not. Oh, that's what I was going to check after I bought the cat. Did the Crescent also, like, mysteriously restock? No. Thank goodness for my wallet. Thank goodness. I really want to get a silver Crescent and then blue teal fade that shit. I have a question. Should I do more Bally content? That's not really a question I can answer, man. Do you have something that you want to talk about? Then go for it. If you have no ideas and you're about to ask me what should I do, then maybe don't hop into it. I think that's the one thing. Like, people come to me very often. They're like, I want to start a Balisong channel. What should I do? And I'm like, if you don't have ideas, it's probably best to not start that process yet. Because if I give you your first idea and then you have nothing else to go off of, I can't keep providing you ideas. I gotta keep ideas for myself, man. So I think if you have passion and you are like, you want to talk about something, go for it. You ever wondered about a Bally with a maybe reattachable blade or cover to switch between live blade and trainer? That'd be interesting. I would wonder how you would do it, though, because I would want it to be something that's secure enough that doesn't fly off and then cut me because I didn't realize that it flew off. I also would want to know if it was made out of a material that was strong enough to actually resist being cut through by the live blade. Because I'd be worried about like a situation where you have a really sharp live blade and you do a bite handle chaplain, and the pressure that you put on that causes the blade to slice through the cover in some way. That's why I've never really cared about like taping my live blades, because it's just depends what tape you use, I know, but few I got if you have interest in checking out Zika, Nova, Zizix, Kismet, and Tony's newest design. I'm in the pass around for Tony's design, I believe. I'd be interested in checking out the Zika because it was a Bally of the Year. I don't know what the Nova is. I've checked out a Zizix before, and I also don't know what a Kismet is. Why would you do a bite handle chaplain? Because the whole point of creating a cover for a live blade is so that it doesn't cut you if you accidentally do that. Oh, Poikalo. Heard a lot. There's been a lot of buzz about Poikalo lately. Maybe, Ted, maybe. Maybe. Ted, how have you been enjoying your Medal of Community Impact? What's Poikalo? They're a newer Balisong company that popped up at one of the Blade shows, I think, and a bunch of people tried out their stuff and said it was really good. When's the next Blade show, or did it already happen? There's 3 Blade shows that happen each year. There's Blade Show East, there's Blade Show West, and there's Blade Show Texas. I think Texas is in March, East is in June, West is in October. So the next one is in Texas in March, I think. Let me double check that. Blade Show Texas. Blade Show Texas is in 2026, 53 days and 4 hours, which puts it March 20 to the 21st. I will not be there. I will be at East this year. Hopefully. Probably. Maybe. Most likely. We'll see. Favorite unconventional sandwich? You've asked me this before, and I think I gave you the answer, but I'll give you a different answer this time. Bread and mustard. Stop bringing lives to work. I need a TI trainer. Swap out between it and the Nami trainer pretty much daily. Oh, I'm sorry. The Astra came at a good time. Bread and mustard, brother. Ty, I know what you're going to say. Scott has already asked me this question, and I already told him about our wonderful sandwiches that we used to make when we were kids. What are your thoughts on the Vault 360? It's cool. Cool to have a Balisong that doesn't have a blade that's actually legal everywhere. The snack attacks. We got the snack attacks. I already gave him that, so I had to give him the other fucked up one, which is mustard. Yeah, snack attacks were hot dog rolls, chili, sweet and spicy chili Doritos, and hot Cheetos. Yum. I can feel my cholesterol rising as we speak. Fresh from the pool. Yep. Eating them in the pool. I have a refill I want to upgrade. I don't know. The refault's pretty good. I don't really know what you would want to upgrade to unless you're looking to spend like a lot of money. If you're looking for something just different, you could just get like a cheese or something. The default is an upgrade because it's bigger. More material, bigger is better. Bigger number, better person. Kite AL 1.5. I'm not going to say that just because I haven't tried it yet. It's very difficult to recommend something to someone just based on the spec sheet. So I try not to recommend things that I have never touched, ever. You should have a new video ready in the next week or two. I don't know what I'm fucking doing, dude. That's why I don't stream at 12 a.m. I'm so excited. Telestro video. Telestro video! Valley Company should release weight distribution guides. That would be so sick. Find it unlikely to be worse than the Kite AL, which I'd still recommend over the Refault. That's fair. But I think you will run in, let me tell you this now, Scott, you will run into times where you are excited for a Balisong on paper of like an upgrade, and then it ends up being disappointment. For example, I vastly prefer the Sirius V2 over the Sirius V4. Not to say that what you're doing is wrong. I'm just telling you my process personally. Bally ASMR, my like half-oiled cheese. Sure, here. Does your Impulse have a ring? Maybe a little bit of one. It's been a minute since I've flipped it. Obviously, asking me opinions on Balisongs right now, considering the only thing I flipped this year is the cheese, is a little difficult. Banks! How you doing, my guy? I love this guy. Banks my goat? If I bought a Raken with clone handles, would it be considered a clone? Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the definition of a clone. Do you ever get in trouble for flipping at school/public before? I got an earful from a security guard once who was like really pissed off that I was sitting on the floor holding my squid trainer. He was like, don't you know that you can stab someone with this because the tip of it is pointy? And I was like, yeah, you could do that with a fucking pen too, but okay. And then he didn't take it from me because I told him, I was like, no, it's not illegal. No, I know the knife laws here. Welcome to have it. And then he left us alone. So I think I'm making myself sound a lot more confident than I was in that situation. I was pissing myself the whole time, but he didn't take it. He left us alone. I haven't flipped in public since. Welcome back. How was your break? What did I miss? You didn't miss much, Eric. We've just been talking. We talked about the Kite AL 1.5. We'll talk about the Orion here in a bit. I got completely distracted from talking about that. And I ordered a cat because for some reason the Nibali's cat came back in stock randomly today. So we'll be getting a video on that eventually when it shows up. Unless Nibali's messages me and is like, hey, that was a mistake. We're canceling your order. Who knows? It'll be the one time I actually announce a Balisong that I bought in person. And they will do that. I think I am always going to... I'm going to be the unfun guy here. I'm always going to tell people to keep Balisongs away from schools. High schools, middle schools, elementary schools, whatever it is. Just don't bring them. I don't care if it's plastic. I don't care if it's this or that. Just don't bring them. At best, you're going to annoy people around you by flipping it too much. At worst, you are going to get the police called on you by someone who doesn't understand what it is. You get the Teflon coating or the regular aluminum? I got the Teflon. Could have saved a little money, but a purple cat Balisong, that's cute. I think if I don't end up liking it, I've got a few people who would probably enjoy owning that instead in my life. Also, don't be surprised when they take it from you. Yeah. Yeah, I think, like I said, best case scenario, you annoy people. Worst case scenario, you get the cops called on you. Most of the time, it's just going to get taken away like any other distraction would in school. So just don't bring it. I think the youth these days should be able to go 8 hours without flipping. I think you'll be fine. I think you'll survive. I feel like I'm in the twilight zone with how casual my town is when I or others are flipping in public or on campus. It's all up to the state, really. I mean, when I'm in Georgia for Blade Show, I remember flipping a live blade outside a gas station with no care in the world, and no one else gave a shit anymore at all either. So I guess in Montana, no one really cares. Just had a small spark of like, holy shit, I just doxed Ted, and then I remembered he said Montana earlier, so. I put my what the fuck? I put my Balisong in my pocket. I was so sleepy. I went out of the house, and in school, putting my hands in my pocket, and then said shit to my brother. That is cool. I did that once, but with the TSA. I went on a flight to Florida, and I still can't believe this happened, man. Okay, so imagine this. My backpack is full of shit that I forget all the time. So I had forgotten to pack, and I waited too long to pack, so I was just throwing shit in my backpack for my family to fly out to Florida. We go through TSA, no issues at all. We get to Florida. We're in a grocery store. I remember this so vividly. We're in a Publix. I reach into the bag that I always carry around me, and my hand grabs onto my Balisong, still in its holster. It was my squid trainer. So I brought this big, chunky, thick, heavy metal Balisong all the way through TSA and all the way to Florida. No one said a word. I didn't even know it was in there. I forgot to clear it out. And that's the story of how I don't fucking understand how that happened. Because I shouldn't have kept my squid trainer. They should have taken it all day, every day. Don't do that. That's bad. But I forgot, and I got really, really lucky. It's wild I found people in my town to meet up and flip with who knew of my username and followed me for a year before realizing we live 5 minutes apart. That is awesome. I did roll a nat 20 on that. Oh my gosh. Ted, that is awesome. Obviously, like, I don't want to say that I like walked around campus thinking someone was going to recognize me, but it was kind of always in the back of my mind. Because I always wondered if you're walking around, you're seeing so many people. Do any of these people watch me? Is that a thing? Like, maybe there's someone who went to my college campus who watched me. I would have hated that if it actually happened, but it's an interesting thing to think about. I did see one person. It was a campus shuttle. It was a bus to and from the dorm side, and there was a kid flipping a Squiddy U with his girlfriend. I remember that very vividly. I did not talk to him. I was too afraid. So I just saw that from afar. But maybe that guy was an avid Camaro EE watcher, because I think that was before Blade Bias that I saw that happen. Did you have any trouble on the flight back? No, I put that shit in my checked bag immediately. I think I even disassembled it. I don't remember, but I was like, oh boy, this is bad. in Florida, I got detained and the cops called on me for packing the birds of prey. I remember that, man. Oh. Oh yeah, I wasn't about to risk that again. I wasn't about to throw it back in the same bag and send it across the country to get lucky again. Because that was Florida. Ted had that exact same thing happen to him, but they called the cops on him. So that would have been the end of me. If I got the cops called on me at an airport, I would have never touched a Balisong again, dude. It would have been over for me. That's super cool, Ted. Has that filled the void for you in terms of like stepping away from the online community? Because now you have people in person that you're hanging out with. Only thing I'd be mildly comfortable bringing on a plane is something like a Squiddy. I wouldn't even be comfortable with that. It's the reason I took, again, if I'll go into this in detail in the Blade Bias video tomorrow, but the reason I took a break from Balisongs is because I went on a trip and I didn't have a checked bag to put a Balisong in, and I don't even think any plastic Balisong would be safe in TSA, because most plastic Balisongs now have so many metal inserts. I just don't want to risk it. So I was like, no Balisongs, super big Balisong break. Nerf needs to make a Bally or something. We need to flip fins. We need the flip fins V2. See you, PS5. Have a good one. Hope you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. After I had the IRL friends, it made leaving the social aspect online behind a lot easier. Have there been any points where you have wanted... I know you haven't been gone for like super long, so maybe not. Has that experience of having people in person made you want to reach out to online people again so that you have like a bigger network of... I guess you already have a huge network of people, so it's not really a huge deal for you. I don't really know what I'm asking. If I got my point across, great. If I didn't, we can just forget about it. Even in Tampa, I never saw another flipper in public. Yeah, doesn't happen that often. I did go to a meetup. I mean, you guys saw the video. It was Banks and another flipper that was local. That was the only time I ever knew of anyone even semi near me, but that wasn't even really near me. None of my friend group has any interest in Balisongs, and it pains me. Yeah. I always had I think I'm in like a unique position because like my family, for example, is pretty interested in what I do on YouTube. But to tell you the truth, I think it's really only because I make money off of it. If I didn't make money, I don't think they would give a shit. So my friends are kind of the same way. They like ask about it. I pull out a Balisong at the function every once in a while, but other than that, I can't say that. One of my friends actually bought a Balisong. I got him a OG Squiddy for like Christmas once or something like that because he was into it. He'd flip some of mine whenever I was around. I don't think he really uses it much anymore, but I was talking to someone the other day who was talking about a group chat they have with the flippers in their state. I think most states have a flipper group chat. I hear about that quite a bit. I know for a fact there's a Utah one and a Georgia one. There's probably a Florida one. They've done a bunch of meetups. Basically, if you know there's meetups that happen in your state, there's probably a group chat you could get invited to for your state. I think if you're out in like friggin' Minnesota or Montana or North Dakota, maybe not. But you never know. My internet is... Oh, it's back. Where's the New York group chat? We could make one, Ty. My internet. Once my internet comes back, that'll be funny one to talk about. I don't... Can you guys can't still see me. Maybe you can. Who knows? It's choppy. Oh, okay. Well, cuts in and out. Okay, so you guys can kind of see me. Cables got frosted outside, maybe. Come on, come on. Is it gonna do this for 6 years like it did in the Bally Awards? Please hold. Oh. I love when it goes over. I love when it shoots over the number of the bit rate that I have set for the stream. I have it set for like 9,000 or something, and I'll just watch it shoot up to like 12, 13,000, and it's still red. Nick, thank you for subscribing, if you're here. No, we're not back yet. You've been flipping that cheese for a while. It is my only Balisong that I have out of my case right now. Oh, we're back up to 12,000 kilobits per second. $12,000, and we're still in the red. Still dropping frames somehow. God, I love internet. I love it. I love it so much. No, we're not back yet. Hold on. It might smooth out in a second here. And of course, this happens right as there's so many good things happening in the chat. $11,000 kilobits per second and still dropping frames. What would you say is your least favorite Bally that you can't get rid of? The Akuma Matata. Tried to sell that thing for so long and no one wanted it. It's fine, it just stutters sometimes. Really? So you guys can hear me? Okay, it's green. Yay, green for go. Let's go. Sorry about that, guys. Of course, something like that happens the second there's a ton of interesting stuff in chat. So let me like really speed run through this. What is one Transformers figure that you think is worth to buy for a collection? I can't answer that quickly. I'll come back to that one if I remember. Ethan, after 8 years being in the hobby, I finally made a Balisong video collection on YouTube. Eric, that is awesome. I hope to see it sometime. Yeah. We should make a New York group chat. I say that knowing damn well I will never speak in it and ignore it completely. That's so real, Ty. I've been flipping the cheese for a while. Yep, that's the only Balisong I have out of my case right now, or that's not on a display. LDY just released a Kite AL. We talked about that earlier. It looks pretty cool. What would you say is your least favorite Bally that you can't get rid of? Akuma Matata. Can't get rid of that thing. Hate it. No, the spider Balisong is such a meme that I'm in it. Like, I enjoy owning it. I just don't enjoy flipping it. So sad, the spider knife. Okay, there we go. I think that is it. Oh yeah, so that's what we were talking about. Group chats. Just like posts. If you're, I know some people aren't comfortable talking about where they live. So if you're not, totally fine. But if you're someone who's okay with like saying, hey, is there like a Montana group chat? Is there a Nevada group chat? Is there a Utah? There's a Utah group chat. We all know that. But if you live in a state that has a blade show, there's a group chat for you. If you don't, maybe just put out some feelers. Even if one doesn't exist, maybe you can make one. And then you'll find some people who live relatively near you. All right, question that I said I would come back to. What is a Transformers figure do you think is worth to buy for a collection? One of my favorite ones that I have is there is a retro, here it is. Hold on. This guy is an updated version of the G1 Optimus Prime. So, like, he has the same transformation as the first Optimus Prime, but he has, like, updated articulation and everything. So he's got knees and ankles and all that stuff. And he is one of my favorite figures that I've gotten recently. My other favorite figure of all time is this Optimus over here, but he's like $90, so I can't really recommend that. This one is like 20 bucks. So if you can find this one, I recommend this. It's the Legacy G1 Universe Optimus Prime. There's also Retro Gears. Retro Gears or the Legacy Gears mold is really good. Is it a bad goal for my channel to get to a point where someone wants to send me a Bally? I don't think it's a bad goal. I just think that having a goal that is like physical like that could lead to disappointment. I don't think it's an awful goal. I saw someone made a video recently. I completely am blanking on their name, but they're making a series where they're learning to get better at flipping with the goal of getting sponsored. And like, I think if that's something that really drives you, then that's fine. But I think going into YouTube with the express goal of like getting famous or getting free stuff or getting a lot of views is only going to set you up for disappointment, because it can seem like you're not in it for the right reasons. For example, I am into it because it was something that I was super passionate about and that I wanted to talk about. That's why my first Balisong video ever existed. The fact that it took off is the reason I'm still here. But if it didn't take off, I was perfectly okay with that. I made that video just to push something out into the void because I was passionate about it. So whether that video got 30 views or 100 or what it ended up getting, which was like 10,000, I was happy either way. So I think it's not a bad goal if that's something that motivates you. I just don't want you to be like disappointed if that ends up not working out. I would definitely recommend, though, I know it's way easier said than done, but I would absolutely recommend getting into YouTube because you just love talking about this stuff, or you want to educate other people, or you want to share your experiences with other people, Or you just, this is even better, you just want to make a good video. That's how my original channel came about. I just wanted to make a video that I was proud to put out. So no matter if it got 100 views or 1,000, I was still proud and I had still accomplished my goal for that video. Blade bias is a little different. I'm not proud of those videos, but those videos really exist because there is an audience. Like if no one watched the blade bias videos, I probably wouldn't make them as often. I would go back to uploading on my main channel where the goal was to make a good video. Or a video that I was proud of. Seems the only one still consistently uploading is Spark Flips. I don't think that's true. There's a bunch of other people like consistently uploading, just not as consistent as Blade Bias, to pat myself on the back for a second there. Who inspired you? Will Hirsch. Will Hirsch was my inspiration to make a Balisong video. In case you couldn't tell from the fact that my video was like 1-to-1 his format, but with my own voice. Shout out to the guy who said he got 1,000 followers. If he got 1,000 followers, his mom would buy him a Kraken. Then he bought all his followers. Just buy the Kraken at that point, dude. That kind of rocks, though. That's pretty funny. Did Nabali send you a crescent? No, they didn't. I'm waiting for it to restock so I can buy one. I don't know why Nabali's hasn't really been interested in sending me stuff lately. Not that I've asked, but... Nice, Nick. Good job. Make videos for yourself rather than others. Exactly. That, again, it's easier said than done, but that is the way that you avoid disappointment when something doesn't get views. At least a little bit. It's still, you're still going to be disappointed, obviously. See ya, Ted. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. It was nice to talk to you again. Ghost. Speaking of someone who it's nice to talk to you again. Ghost is back, baby. Is LDY sending you a kite AL? They asked if I wanted one. I'll say that. Do you have a job other than YouTube? Yes. Well, not technically, but soon I will. That doesn't make any... Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anything I make is entirely because I want to, not because I want to get traction or get famous. It's just enjoy making stuff. That's the way YouTube's going to be fun. If you start to get viewers... and then you have like a consistent audience behind you, that's when you can kind of move into wanting to do something for like completely different reasons. But when you're starting out, if you just make a video that you're proud of, you will most likely feel okay about a video that you make, even if it doesn't get a shit ton of views. And at the very least, that might keep your motivation high enough to make another one, and then make another one. And then you have consistency, and consistency in the Balisong community genuinely does build followers. Not very quickly, but it does. The only reason, I will say this all the way to the moon and back, the only reason Blade Bias is at all at the point where it is because Ty and I uploaded daily in a point of the Balisong hobby where no one else was uploading. That is like it. Consistency is what made Blade Bias. Make for you or make for others, but don't make for popularity or free stuff. Yeah, I think that's a good way to sum it all up. How long was our streak of daily uploads? That's like, Ty, I actually don't think it was that long, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think it was more than a few weeks, but still. In terms of like when we were both consistently uploading on Blade Bias, I think there was a good chance that there would at least be a video, like there would at least be 4 or 5 videos a week for a good few months there. Actually, I don't think I'm giving either of us enough credit. I think there was a period of time where it was like genuinely a lot. I want to try to stream daily for a whole year, but my wife would likely leave me. I mean, I hope not. But I think, I mean, if that's a goal you have, you should try it. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you, Scott. As someone who did stream daily for a little bit, this shit gets really old really fast in the Balisong hobby. Genuine heart-to-heart here. The Balisong community does not have enough going on to talk about it constantly for 2 hours every single day for an entire year. Take it from me. I've tried. It doesn't work. If we give us grace for mishaps, we were super consistent, Ty. I just think a streak of like actually daily uploads was fairly small, but streak of consistent uploads was like a year. Probably a year and a half. Scott, how does your wife feel about Balisong? That's a good question, RZ. I would like to know the answer to that too. How does your wife feel about everything you're doing? I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say, pew, that this is like a new... is your... Ty, your message you just sent just broke my fucking brain. Oh my god. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say that this, like, YouTube in general is a new thing for you, or have you been uploading YouTube stuff for a while, or... I talk vibes, tie them back to the Bally. I could do that daily for years. Hey. Then you are stronger than I. I couldn't. I made it like a summer doing somewhat consistent streams. Chad, I'm going to change my profile picture. What should I do? You should do the golden ratio, but a shrimp. Hobby question aside. How old are you? I'm 22. I know. I look like I'm 16. I get it all the time, but I would rather look like I'm 16 than look like I'm 35. Kids would jump you for being unk. Me? Me? No, Ty, you should do like... What if you did a picture of yourself through the tank? Bro, I thought you were 15. What did I say? What did I say? I know I look like it. I'm not. I finished college last year. I have a bachelor's degree. That could be sick, actually. I'm telling you, that would be sick. You do a picture of yourself, maybe like thinking or whatever kind of face, and you have in the foreground like some plants or like rocks or something. What major? Let's just say there's a reason I knew your pain, Grim. Computer science. How old are you? 22? I just said I'm 22. Oh, man. AI took our jobs. Rah. I got a job, though. I'm going to work again. I'm going to work again. Yay. I can't believe I'm excited. Dude, being unemployed is crazy. I spent the last year at an internship being like, oh, I wish I didn't have to do this. And then I'm unemployed for 6 months and I'm like, please give me a job. Please. It's been kind of fun so far. I'm glad you enjoy it. I personally fucking hate CS. I unfortunately, the time that I realized that I hated it, it was like, I might as well just finish this out. There's no point in spending even more money to switch my major. So I finished it out. It's a versatile enough degree that I can do kind of like whatever. But man, I hated the coursework. I was bad at the coursework. I hated the coursework. It's the first time in my life I ever actually struggled with school. I went from like a top 10 in my class high school student to like a bottom 20% college student, but I got the degree, baby. That's all that matters. Have I played TF2, Titanfall 2, or Team Fortress 2? Got carded at the bar with some friends even for being 23. Dude, I wouldn't even imagine that they'd let me step foot in a bar. I don't drink, so I have no idea, but I imagine I would have a really tough time with people thinking that I have like a fake ID or something. Because every time I tell someone I'm in my 20s, people are like, you look 16, you look 17, you look 15. I know. I don't know why, but I know. Come to the bar in town with me and play pool. I'll do that, Ty. I won't drink, but I'll do that. Are you genuinely asking? Because that sounds hype. I think I know where you're talking about. That sounds hype. I've always been interested in programming. That is really good. I've taken a lot of programming classes in high school. So you are so lucky, Grim, because my high school, the most interesting class that I could take was an architecture drawing class. I never had any programming classes. I went into college with zero programming experience and with the understanding that the CS degree wouldn't be just programming. So I had no idea that my CS degree would just be programming classes the whole time. I thought it would be like a year of programming and then learning about other stuff. Hint, hint, it wasn't. It was all programming. I hated all of it. I went into school literally thinking, oh, I'll get through a year of programming classes. I'll hate it, but it'll be okay. And then I'll learn about the stuff I actually want to learn about. And then the stuff I want to learn about never happened. It was like 2 classes. Now I'm stuck with a degree that I fucking hate. It's okay. CS is versatile, like I said. I have a job that is not programming, so that's all I can ask. 6'7"? Oh, man. 16, 17? Dude, don't tell me that's a 6'7" joke. I thought, come on, 16, 17? That's a Sound of Music. I am 16 going on 17. You know that song? You are 18 going on 19. I think that's how it goes. Hopefully that's how it goes, because that's not a... That's kind of a weird age gap. Well. Oh, well. Oh, well. They still showed that movie at schools. Kids would lose it. Movie? It's a play. No, I know the movie. Whew. That made me feel old, man. 6'7" got to be the first meme that I just genuinely don't understand. Yeah, Scott, I know. I know. I know I'm not old. I just feel old. I feel out of touch. I think the first time I ever felt old was when I started using Snapchat for the first time. Everyone had to tell me how to use it because I just didn't understand what the hell was going on. 21? 21? It is 1 a.m. I'm sorry, Grim. They did the Sound of Music at my high school 2 years ago, and the previews were nice. They did Sound of Music when I was in middle school at our high school. I think was that the play? No, it wasn't. Never mind. I was going to say, yeah, it was a completely different play that I'm thinking of. But they did do Sound of Music. Discord scares me? Really, Scott? Discord's one of the easiest. I mean, I grew up with it, so maybe I'm biased, but Discord is like one of the easier social medias out there, if you can even call it a social media, which I think that's questionable. That's a debate that you can have. The voice chat thing, what do you not understand about it? I would be happy to help you out, Scott, if you need help, because Discord you should be able to get. Discord's fairly easy. Hightail LAN party when? Dude, Ty, we need to hang out before I go back to work. Even after I go back to work, we can still hang out. It's just with all this snow, it's rough. But my car can make it. I'll have some fun on the roads on the way over. Drive safe, kids. I have tall vehicle. I'll be all right. My car, you would not expect my little goober car to be good in the snow. That thing rocks in the snow. So good. Have you watched anime? I don't like anime. I've tried. People have showed me many different animes. I have just a problem with a lot of the tropes that they have in them to this day. They're just kind of weirdly paced. It's just not my thing. If it's your thing, that's great. I have no issues against you. I just personally would rather do anything else with my time. Driving is so fun. Best snow car I had was a 91 Ford Escort hatchback without power steering. I love hatchbacks. Hatchbacks? Wonderful. Reading manga has become my preferred way over watching anime. Really? I mean, that's fair. I've got a bunch of comic books surrounding me right now. They've been kind of dominating my life lately. There we go. How about Full Metal Alchemist? Not my thing. Do you read books at all? Not as much as I should, Scott. There's actually a... Hi, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think the words raw and uncensored should ever go with Pokemon. Just me, though. That's just me, though. That's just me, though. That implies that you do, though. What do you read? I read the comic books. It's not really books. I have a book. Where is it? It's somewhere. I have a book about dogs down there that I was reading through just because it was sitting on my desk. So what I meant to imply with that statement is one of my goals this year has to do with me and my phone use, and I would like to become literate again. I would like to be able to read things, because when I was younger, I used to tear through books in like a day, read a whole friggin' chapter book in like a day. I can't do that anymore because my brain is fried, and I would like to get back to the point where I can actually read stuff. And I have kind of tried using comic books as like an adjustment to get back to that, where I can just read a page of text and actually retain what the fuck is going on in that thing of text. Ty, you just went to Barnes & Noble to get a bunch of books? You went a far way out, I bet. But that's real. I need to do that. I want to do that. I'm gonna like transition. I'm gonna read about some things that are more interested to me, and then I'm going to see you later, Mongo. And then I'm going to like get into more educational stuff. What do you want to read? I want to read like history shit. I want to read like facts. Facts just feel so pointless nowadays. I want to be like educated but properly educated and read about like economics and world policy and shit like that, so I can actually have a functional understanding of what the fuck is going on in our world. Psychology though too. I would genuinely like to read about psychology more. This boy getting studious. I prefer to be taken away from reality rather than dive into it. I don't know. I think when you say that you want to read like an adult nonfiction novel or an adult fiction novel, everyone's mind just jumps to like book talk and stuff, and I'm not interested in that. Honestly, I would want to go back and read all the shit I used to read as a kid. Me finishing my 300-page book on Buddhist philosophy and then immediately logging onto Overwatch to ruin my day. To play Zenyatta, Ty, you must truly understand Zenyatta. Yeah, I think I love to get swept away from reality, but I prefer to do that with video games. I think video games are my true, like, get away from reality thing. Books, I just want to feel more educated. I want to feel like I can read a book and understand what it's saying and really retain that information. Challenge you to eventually one day when you're ready read The Wheel of Time. Actually, here you go. A fiction book I want to read is the Wild Robot series, because I loved that movie and I want to read the books. The Wheel of Time. Why does that sound familiar? The Wheel of Time. Oh, it's a TV series. Okay. That's probably where I've heard it from. I haven't. The Wheel of Time is a series of fantasy novels. Oh, cool. Okay. Elements of both European and Asian mythologies. That actually sounds cool. I could get into that. With books, I feel like if you just have like a good enough description on the back of the book, I'd probably pick it up and enjoy it. Should read Of Mice and Men. I read that. We read that in school, I'm pretty sure. You ever had interest in learning tech tricks? No. Feel like everyone memes on tech. And by everyone, I mean high-tier flippers. High-tier flippers meme the shit out of tech because no one knows what tech means. No one can genuinely sit down and produce an actual description of whatever tech is. So I don't have too much interest in it. I would say that my style, if I ever like really dig into learning how to flip better, would be more conventional. Finally got a stitch and everything you said was true. I'm glad you agree, man. It's a great Balisong. Tech just feels so nice and calm. What is tech, though? What does it mean? Give me a definition. Tech the throw and do my Aegis setup. Okay. Ty, you ever played with Gibby in a fighting game? Gibby was like challenging everyone in the VC last night to various fighting games. And then he challenged me to chess. And I was destroying him, and then he checkmated me because I blundered. I cannot believe it. It was the most painful chess game I've ever played in my life. It was awful. It was awful. You should see. You know what? I'm pulling it up. This is embarrassing, dude. I need to show you the freaking the game state the entire time. For anyone who doesn't know what anything about chess, Dude, look at this graph. Look at this graph. For anyone who doesn't know anything about chess, this graph shows you who's in a winning position. So if white is filling up the entire bar, then there's absolutely no possible way that black can win. So I was winning the entire game until this last point over here where they got mate in one. Actually, I think what this actually means is that you're up different points of material. So I basically had 6 points of material on him for the majority of the game. And then I blundered freaking...
This opening move is popular for its versatility and control.
Shut up.
Checkmate and the game is over.
I blunder on this position because I completely fucking missed. How do I go back?
Your pawn is undefended, so this move loses material.
Completely miss moving my king over out of this checkmate here because his rook can just go down here. Oh, it was bad.
Takes back.
Anyway. Yeah, that was last night's chess game. I had an idea in my mind. It was tricks that involve moving the Balisong through several fingers in unorthodox ways. That's one description, but the point that I'm trying to make here is that no one can seem to agree, it seems like, on like a unified tech definition. It's something that the high tier flippers, you know, people like your Vavs and your Maddies and your Pyros and all them are like, they talk about frequently. Gibby wants me to play Strive with him so bad, but I'm probably not going to. Damn. How was your break? It was good, hello. It was good. Quick question for the chat. Buy the Kite AL 1.5 and Orion V2 now or wait for another drop? I would wait for another drop. They say in the description of the Orion that the next drop of the Orion is going to be $5 to $10 cheaper. That's the reason I haven't purchased one yet. I was going to buy one, but I'm going to wait for them to drop the price to what it's specifically going to be, and then they'll either send me one or I'll get one. I've only been in the hobby for a few months, but in that time, it seems like the definition of tech has already changed a few times. This is something that I've been debating with a lot of people in the hobby recently. Because there's no, like, high-tier flippers that really focus on making content, tutorials, sharing their thought processes or info about what it is that they do, there's very little definition for anything that goes on above the skill level of someone like Will Hirsch or me, or I guess Pyro when they made videos, sorry. So it's just really difficult to establish like what that is because there's no info about it. You can't go online and look up a tutorial for the combo that won Bryson the world championship in Ballycomp. You know, it's tough. There's a really big, hard disconnect in the Balisong community where all the people who make content are down here in skill level, and all the people who don't want to make content are up in this skill level. So there's no real way for people to get that info, which is something that maybe I can do something about in like a year or two, but it's going to take a lot of work, and I don't really know if I have it in me. So we'll see. I guess saying me for an example, me or Will is a bad example because there's people like Pez who's unequivocally a better flipper than I am. But still, there's a huge discrepancy between someone like Pez and someone like Maddie or someone like Vavor or Pyro, people who, you know, regularly place in the finals of Ballycomps. It's a wishful dream of mine to be both amazing and make Balisong content. For the longest time, I didn't give a shit about being good at flipping. We'll see how that changes this year. I don't know. But the thing is, you have to spend like Banks, someone like Banks, who is one of the most impressive flippers I think that this hobby has ever seen, because he just absorbs and learns in such a ridiculous rate. He doesn't have time to make videos because he spends all of his time getting ridiculously good at flipping. And I think it's the same for most other high tier flippers. And all the people who make content are too busy making content to actually put the time in to improve. So it's like I don't know where it's gonna have to come in. Pez's Peak, he pretty much breaks down tricks he sees from high tier flippers. I'd have to see what the high tier's opinion on Pez is. I don't think I know off the top of my head. High tier flippers don't really like any Balisong YouTubers. So, I don't know. My dream, my ultimate dream for the Balisong hobby is to have a YouTuber who really represents the high tier flippers. Like truly represents them to the point where they're like, yeah, just go watch this guy. That's my opinion too, Ty. Who do you think that could be, though? I have no idea. My hope is that it would be one of our current high tiers. Like, you ask me, my, like, complete out there pick would be Maddie. I personally would really love to see Maddie make, like, YouTube videos. Flipping tutorials, trick breakdowns, Balisong reviews even, because I would love to just, it would be really cool to have a high tier kind of breakdown how they see Balisongs. Max is a great example, but Max I think is too focused on, rightfully so, quality, when I think what I'm looking for would be like, imagine blade bias, consistent uploads from a head mounted perspective from someone who really knows how to flip. Like when James Hill did it, but far more consistent. Who's Maddie? Maddie is someone who you might not be super familiar with because she gets banned constantly on Instagram because probably because people are transphobic, but I don't really know. I would assume it's because she gets mass reported by a bunch of transphobes in the hobby. That's just me speculating though. That's not confirmed or anything. Her old tag was Oximity. Her new tag is Perimity, I believe. But again, she's been banned so many times, you're probably, especially with how new you are to the hobby, Scott, you probably haven't been around to witness much of Maddie's anything. Report spammers suck so bad. Yeah, they do. My reason for thinking that is because Maddie's one of the only high tier flippers that really deals with that. And she's also one of the only high tier flippers that is outwardly trans. So I'm kind of making a connection. There. Is Maddie a blade wielding queen? No. No. Shout out when she told me I look scary and she was scared to talk to me. I would love to see some content from Maddie. Banks actually is another good one. Banks made a Blade Show video that was really entertaining a few years ago. I would love to see Banks upload. I mean, the dream is Pyro, but Pyro has already said he's not interested in doing, or they're not interested. I'm sorry, I keep doing that. They're not interested in doing Balisong content, so that's fair enough. But Pyro was the quintessential Balisong YouTuber, in my opinion, besides the fact that they didn't upload like super consistently, because they were entertaining, they were super knowledgeable, and they were a little abrasive. Basically, think of Den if Den was like a goat at flipping. People have told me Banks can learn anything in 5 minutes or less. I've looked him up. He is single-handedly one of the most impressive flippers. Maybe not. I mean, his flipping skill is out of this world. But the reason that I think Banks is such a goated flipper is because he just learns so quickly. Yes, Jack Pyro. Yep. He just learns so quickly. I think people like Vav and Maddie have like such an interesting style and are maybe a tiny bit more skilled, but Banks just is nuts, dude. And when I say it more skill, I'm talking molecules. I didn't know she got a new account after the most recent ban. I just know she changed her tag. She didn't like going by Oximity, so she changed it to Perimity. Why did Den stop making Balisong content? Because he started making guitar content, and that just was way more successful for him. I mean, his views alone tell the story. And I don't blame him. Den was one of my goats because he was one of the most consistently entertaining people. Den's the one person in the hobby that I think could upload a head-mounted video and it would be just as entertaining as like some of the Will Hirsch videos. That guy is just fucking rocks. But Den just wasn't getting the traction that I think he deserved. I mean, if we look at his channel, just recently he's uploaded videos that get 13,000, 5,000, 11,000, 33,000, 10,000. 39,000, 12, 6, 3.7, 10. And then if we scroll like way back, his Balisong videos, like 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, but also giveaway. Anytime giveaway, you can like freely double it. This got a lot of views because it was something different. This was also one of his great videos. But his old videos were like, you know, 1.4, 2.2, 2.5, 3, 1.9. And these are old videos, so these have been collecting views for a while now. 1.5, 2.8. I just think he vastly prefers both the attention that his guitar videos get and the passion that he feels for his guitars. Den is such an awesome, funny fucker. Den and I got to start a band. That would go so hard. There's a really funny gif of him in his Bally Award segment. Yep, I have it. I have it saved. The Attaboy gif. I love that. It's crazy to me how many of the best flippers are LGBT, but also how many of the mediocre flippers are anti-queer. This is something that has been at the heart of me, like feeling kind of like I want to quit Balisongs recently, because there seems to be a very clear divide in the community, growing and growing and growing, between people who do not like gay people and people who are gay. And it is incredibly pathetic, but oh well. That's how it's gonna go. I try my best to keep my corner very welcoming to everyone. So I'm really, to be completely totally honest with you guys, I'm really nervous about the next 2 to 3 years in the Balisong hobby, because I think the two sides that I mentioned before are really going to come to a head. I don't know how it's going to go, man. I think I'm just going to have to separate myself on a fucking island and do my own thing. Should I proof watch the Blade Bias video? The new one? You can if you want. I don't think it needs to be proof watched. They don't mean you, Scott. They do not mean you, I promise. See ya, Grim. Have a good one. Sleep well. Thanks for hanging out for so long. I appreciate it. But here's a different take on that, Biba, where most of the best flippers are LGBT LGBTQ, because I think it is very, I've always been sheltered on that stuff until mid-high school. I'll be the first to admit I was not the most tolerant middle schooler in my day. Not super outwardly, but I always kind of had that thought of like, that's weird. That's why would someone do that? And then, you know, all it took, there was a gay guy in my high school who was like super cool. And I talked to him sometimes and I realized, oh, wow, these people are normal fucking human beings. It's so easy to just respect them. That's cool. And then my life was great. I don't know, man. Some people can't cross that very simple baseline and it's just very sad, but that's okay. Anyway, here's a different on what you were saying with most of the best flippers are LGBTQ. There's a large overlap, and I don't mean this in any hateful way. This is just genuinely how it goes. There is a very large overlap between people who identify as LGBTQ and people who are like diagnosed with autism or ADHD or OCD. And a lot of times those will be the people who like really focus in on a hobby or something that they're interested in and they give it their fucking all. It is no coincidence that most of the people who are at the top of our hobby identify as LGBTQ or ADHD or autistic or any of that, because those are generally the people that really, really drill in and go all in on their hobbies. There's a huge overlap in the fighting game community, a huge overlap in the aim community. Most of the time, the people who are most into a hobby are going to identify with that same thing. The people who are best at those hobbies are, I guess, neurodivergent is a better way to describe it than specifically calling them all out like I have. So that's on me. But yeah, there's no coincidence. And I think it's going to be that way. I think, speaking as someone who's not diagnosed with anything, I think it's very difficult for a neurotypical person to get to the level of dedication that some of the neurodivergent people will get to. So someone asked earlier if I would want to be the YouTuber who's like super high skill. Genuinely, I don't think I could. I don't think I have the drive. I don't think I have the mental focus to get to the level that these flippers have with flipping. I don't think it could be me physically. I'm autistic as fuck. I hate eye contact. Rah. You're the only person I know of that can do that fan to choker fan thingy. A bunch of people can do it. I'm just probably one of the people that spams it the most. I think I can try and aim for the high tier flipper. I hope, dude, good luck, Eric. I genuinely hope that you're able to. ADHD people also typically learn things very quickly because of how often we drop and pick up new skills. Yeah, you have like your mind is more plastic, I think is the term. You're able to absorb things much more quickly because you're accustomed to learning a shit ton in a very short amount of time. This is part of the reason why I want to learn psychology. I have like a semi-minor in psychology. And I want to learn more about it because it's fascinating stuff. And a lot of times you can use psychology to explain things that go on in the world, or you can use it to help people get over their flipping blocks that they have. Like I made a video about a concept I learned in a psychology class a few years ago, and it's called Getting Over the Skill Plateau. I think the Bally community needs both spectrums for the LGBTQ and the traditionals. No, I mean, I totally agree. There's got to be a balance. The problem is the traditionals don't really like the other side. That's the issue. I have no problem with you being traditional. I have a problem with you not knowing basic human decency. That's all it is. You know, the one time... You remember that one time in the vault, okay, 2 times. Remember the 2 times in the Teflon vault video where I said, I have pride stickers on my Teflon vault. If you have a problem with that, fuck off. And people still get on my case about it to this day. People are still upset that I said that to this day. Yeah, those people, we need to like, come on, respect, come on. If you can, I would love your feedback. I submitted an LDY competition clip. Sadly, it didn't get submitted out of a technicality. I would love the community's opinion on what you think. What was the technicality that didn't get submitted? That sucks. Have you played Team Fortress 2? I've probably put 5 hours into it total. I haven't played it very much. I may not be that bad. I just get overwhelmed when I see fast learners like Banks. I'm a very slow learner. Oh, okay, I'm a fast learner in the beginning stages. I've now reached the point in Balisongs where I'm not like foaming at the mouth passionate about it, so I don't learn as quickly, unfortunately. If we all can unite around enjoying this hobby, it shouldn't be hard to set aside their differences and enjoy the hobby. That's all I want. That's all I'm fighting for. Literally the only thing I'm fighting for. Not the only thing, but that's the biggest thing. That's, if you were to ask me, and I don't think I would say this like every time, but if you were to ask me what's the biggest problem with the Balisong community, I would say that it has a problem with people and accepting others. Seems to me like a lot of people have found their way into the Balisong hobby through struggles, pain, and hurt. Would you say I'm misreading the situation, or could you say that could be fair? I don't think it's unfair. I don't necessarily... Now I gotta think about that. My experience with the community is the total opposite. I'm super glad for that, Scott. I've seen a lot of the worst of this community over the last 5 years, so my view is definitely more jaded than someone who's newer. So I'm not saying that you're invalid in that. I just, yeah. There's a reason that there's a lot of cases of YouTubers quitting and saying, yeah, this just isn't something I want to be a part of anymore. Because the deeper you go, it just makes you kind of sad. But there's still a lot of good. I'm not saying the whole hobby is bad. There is a lot of good. There should be spaces for all flippers. The problem is that it's often the traditional flippers that are the most vocal and also most hateful. I mean, yeah, that's kind of the point. It's very much a situation where one side is just arguing for basic respect and the other side is saying, fuck you, I should be able to hate anyone that I want. Which, like, fair, but here's my golden rule. If you hate someone because of something that they are, probably shouldn't hate them. If it's something they can't control, probably shouldn't hate them. If you wouldn't say something about another race, don't say the same thing about another sexuality. It's so simple. I don't know. I don't get it. Okay, sorry. A lot of people found their way into the Balisong hobby through struggles, pain, and hurt. Would you say I'm misread? I don't think you're misreading the situation at all. I just would say that I haven't seen that a ton. Mostly because a lot of times when I'm someone who, you know, people will tell me I got in because of this, I got in because of this. I see a lot of people who say, like, I was playing Valorant and I saw a Balisong and I got into it. I was playing CSGO. I watched one of Will's videos. I watched a Blade Bias video. But that's also because people wouldn't want to divulge that in a public YouTube comment if they did get into it because of struggles and hurt. So I can't say that you're wrong. I just can't say that I have also noticed that trend, I guess is what I'm getting at. All I've seen is support and love from the community. I'll make sure we've got a vein of good out there. I'm very happy that you have had that experience and that you feel that way, because that's all we need, man. That's all we need, man. I just want people to get respect. That's all. That's all. My brain breaks every time I talk about this, because I like Ty keeps saying, it's so easy to just be quiet and just shut the fuck up. I'm not even this is the thing. I'm not even asking you to be an ally or to love gay people. I'm just asking you to not outwardly talk about how much you hate them or how much you think that it's wrong. That's all. Oh my gosh. This is very cathartic, in case you couldn't tell. I've held a lot of this in for a long time because I don't talk about this stuff super often. Yeah. It's just so easy. It's just so easy to just don't talk about it. Because this is the thing. Every time a transphobe talks about it, they always, every single time have to talk about how they just don't agree with it. Oh no, I don't hate them. I just don't agree with it. I just think it's not right. What the fuck are you talking about? Just don't say anything. You could just not say anything and we would all have better opinions of you. But you have to. Every time they have to throw it in that they don't agree with it. Or that they don't think it's right. And it's like, how are we doing? I'm sorry. This is very cathartic, guys. I'm letting out a lot of stuff right now. I'm sorry you have to see me like this. I'm not typically like this, I swear. I did a kukri. Do you think a kukri Kraken reblade would be cool? That would be cool. If you did it right. What it means is that they don't understand. You're being charitable to them, and I respect that. I've just heard so much of it that I just don't even believe that anymore. I think it's just people who are trying to thinly veil. The way that I see it is people who try and put up a curtain to pretend that they're good people, but they always have to stick their hand through it and wave at the crowd. They always have to make someone know what they actually think so that the people who believe what they believe will come to them and join their side. I think there's a good example. There's a few people who probably don't understand it for sure, but I think most of the time I'm not as charitable. What's cathartic? Just talking about all this. Just trying to write well and watch my language around the kids. You're better. You're a stronger man than I, Scott. Oh my gosh. You are a much stronger man than I. Yeah, sorry, RZ. It's just cathartic to talk about this. I keep a lot of this on a daily basis to not just to not rock the boat. I don't want to rock the boat. The Balisong community has enough drama as it is half of the time, so saying this out loud is just, it's very cathartic. Oh, you meant definition-wise. Cathartic, it just it feels good. Here, I'll get you the actual dictionary definition. Providing psychological relief through the open expression of strong emotions. Usually, a dictionary definition explains it better than I can, so there you go. No swears in chat, guys. Please keep it PG. I think, here's a good one. I think it's a coping mechanism, going back to your question, Scott, to really rewind the stream. I think it's a coping mechanism for a lot of people that says, but that's not necessarily why people get into it in the first place. I would agree with that 100%. I think there's a lot of people who I think there's a lot of people who use it as a coping mechanism. but it's not necessarily the reason that they got into it. I think there's a lot of people who were like, I got into this because it felt really good to fidget with something while I was sitting at my computer. But I found that through this flipping, I'm able to expel a lot of my negative emotions through passion into learning what I'm learning. I don't know. You a king? I appreciate you, Saucy. Listen. If we can keep the Balisong community drama free, I'm happy. And honestly, the last 6 months have been pretty good. It is way better than back in the day when people were doxing other people like every second week. We're doing way better nowadays. It's actually really inspiring. If you could create a Frankenstein's monster Balisongs, what key component from other Balisongs would you choose? Oh, wait, sorry. To go back, I'll read that in a second. Even myself, I'm not going to get into it, but I think I've said this publicly before. Oh, well, if I haven't, who cares? One of the big reasons I got like super into making YouTube videos, besides the fact that my videos did genuinely like resonate with people, was a coping mechanism. It was like the first time in that period of my life that I did something for hours straight and just didn't think about any of my problems. I absolutely understand that angle. Apparently they updated the Vault Pro Zen pins. What? It's pretty chill nowadays, mid. There was a period of time in like 2022, 2023 where it felt like every other week there was some crazy fucking drama happening. But it's been pretty good lately. I can't lie. Okay, if you could create a Frankenstein's monster Balisongs, what key components from other Balisongs would you choose? Not taking into account the actual physics. Blade from the Hybel Invictus, Kraken V3. Okay. Not taking into account the actual physics, looks-wise, I would take the Kukri blade from the Alpha Beast Kukri version, and I would put it on SlifT handles. Yeah. Yeah, that was rough, Ty. That was rough. And became transphobic and screwed over Andrew Myers. Along with this stream last. I mean, I am hungry and it is kind of late. It's 2 a.m. I forgot I started at like 11. Oh, man. Ty, do you want to proof it? I know you said earlier you wanted to proof watch the Blade Bias video. You have goulash and garlic bread? Dude, I'll be over in 15 minutes, unironically. That sounds awesome. Yeah, BA Bally's. Strangely, a lot of the times, Balisong modders will be at the epicenter of the drama, which is, it was a weird trend for a while, but it was real. No, I'm not sneak peeking you guys. I'm sneak peeking Ty. Hey, everyone. I'll proof watch it if you wanted a second opinion. It's only 1 gigabyte. I'm going to upload it to Google Drive and send you the link. I'm sorry, 30 minutes to upload 1 gigabyte? Are we dead ass? Oh, and it's okay. Nope, can't do that. It's killing my stream. Yeah, I can't upload it. It's killing my stream. This was something BA left the hobby, and we are. I'm not gonna say that. That's mean. I went to a concert. Another night of no sleep, dude. I went to bed. I kid you not, at 6 a.m. last night. It's over for me. From my perspective, we got the greatest, most accepting, loving, and amazing community out there. I am so happy. So happy we exist at a point in time where newbies are joining the hobby and can feel that way. I genuinely am. I really am. And I think this is because a lot of people are saying, like, yeah, there's a lot of assholes, but like Light says, even though there are a lot of assholes, it's nice that there are so many others who are openly queer or supportive. I was pleasantly surprised with how many in the community are chill. Yes. This is something that Brandon has gotten me to kind of help me with throughout the years. Because I have this tendency to just hyper focus in on the bad of the community, like to over exaggerate it almost to a point of some of the bad things that are happening. So he's kind of helped me take a step back and realize that yes, there's a lot of good. Doesn't mean that there isn't any bad, but there's a lot of good. And I am very grateful for that. Because a few years ago, I wouldn't have had that opinion. I would have had the opinion that it was like probably 50-50. There were some chillers and there were some really obnoxious people. Because there was a period of time where, you know, there'd be like a Discord server that would be the way that you join the Balisong hobby, is people joining this Discord server, and the people in that Discord server just bully the shit out of new people. They would say like, oh, this Balisong sucks, don't buy this, you suck at flipping, you need to do this, this, and this. It was just toxic. It was bad. It was turning people away. I've talked to multiple people who say that they almost got turned away from the hobby until they found like Will's videos or my videos or Ty's videos or something like that. Overly analytical to a fault, like to a point of being genuinely mean, genuine bullies about it. Also, do you remember how I said I was going to talk about the Orion V2? That just popped into my head for some reason. Like just complete bullies. I saw people in that Discord server say that they deserved women's attention because they flipped live blades. That is a genuine message that I saw in that Discord once. Yeah, I got overshadowed by the cat. And the fact that chat has been like super consistent the whole stream, which is really nice. Shout out you guys. Normally people, like, the chat would not be going this fast 3 hours into the stream. So shout out everyone who's still here. Like those type of people, you know? It's honestly more annoying when people trash trainers. Trashing newbies is how the community shrinks. That's the other thing. I'd say 2020, like the 2020s era before I joined the hobby, if you posted a trainer on Reddit, people would actively like brigade you. That was a thing that happened. You missed a lot, Grim. You missed a lot. I think the biggest thing is I went on probably a 20-minute spiral about transphobic people, but we're good now. We're okay. Yeah, I hate when people trash trainers. I agree. It's just so annoying. The fact that people don't realize that, that's the other thing. There's a lot of people in the community that don't want the community to grow. They want this to stay like the niche hobby. So, I don't know. Two different ways of looking at it. But I genuinely believe trainers are the future. Trainers are the way that we make this hobby. This hobby will never be mainstream. That's another belief that I hold, but close to mainstream, you know, make it more popular. It'll be with trainers. As a trans person myself, I think transphobes aren't very cool. True. I'm not going to launch back into that. Don't worry, guys. I've got my mind on lockdown here. But, Grim, if you... if you want to go back and watch some of that, it'll be up. It'll be free. Moral of the story, there are bad people out there, but with you and I coming up to take over for Ethan someday, we'll be good. Listen, Scott, Grim, if I leave the hobby and you guys are making content, I'll feel that it's in good hands. There was a period of time where I genuinely felt if I stopped making videos, the hobby might go in a bad direction. Not like single-handedly, you know what I mean, but it would have been like there wouldn't have been too many genuinely accepting people out there. It would have been like Will. But it was a very small period of time, and I am not that egotistical to believe that I personally have that big of an effect on the hobby. Imagine if we got the publicity that Gloving did. We did. The Gloving, one of the Gloving meme account pages made a Balisong meme, and it got like 200,000 likes. Saw you reposted that. It was funny. I liked that meme. That was good. Low genuinely 28 years old and unemployed, but my knifing career is about to take off. That was funny. This is my first ever stream because I was late to the Bally Awards. Wait, really, RZ? I thought I've seen you in chat before. I would have thought 100% you've been there. Ty, you're here. You've been playing Overwatch, but I'm here now. You were talking a lot for playing Overwatch. Wait, that's actually crazy. What the hell is a low genuinely? It's low key combined with genuinely. It is Gen Z slang that I don't hate because I think it's ironic and it's funny. You think you will retire this hobby and career? Yes. I've said from the minute that I started uploading videos, I told... I have made it clear that this is not my job. I don't want this to be my full-time job. This is not something... Yeah, that's something that people also do. Kirk, Jesus Christ. That's something that people also do, Grim. Low Kirk genuinely is also... I think maybe the Balisong reel... Hold on. Let me see if I can pull up the Balisong reel. I looked up YouTube. Man, my brain, dude, it's over. It is over. Did you catch the stealth upgrade on the Vault Pro? Wait, what the fuck? We've upgraded the Zen pins on the latest Vault Pro. They're now rock solid and built to stay. Did they press fit Zen pins? I hope they press fit the Zen pens, because holy shit. What was I just talking about? Fuck. You were definitely holding a lot of people here with good, consistent news coverage. I wish I could still do the weekly news roundup. That was a fun series. You run out of news so quickly in this hobby. You didn't know about this, Ty? Hold on, I'll send it to you. Oh, do you think you'll ever retire with this hobby? I've made it clear. I don't want this to be my full-time job. I will retire eventually. The community has weighed on me quite a bit over the past 5 years, and I'm sure it will continue to. Especially if what we were talking about earlier, where like the gay people and the anti-gay people genuinely come to a head, and there's like two sides of the hobby where there's the people that are chill and the people that hate gay people. Yeah, I'd probably quit at that point, but I will never not own a Balisong. I will stop uploading. I don't know when that will be, but I will stop uploading. I will never not own a Balisong. I will always own a Balisong. Let me try and find... I think I saved it. Saved. I didn't save it. Wow. What? If I just look up knifing on Instagram, you think it'll come up? Oh, I can't search Reels on the desktop version? That sucks. Does anyone remember what that account was called? It's always funny to see people experience queer and think that everyone that isn't straight is gay. That is me vastly oversimplifying it, and I do apologize for that. I should say queer instead. You're right. That is my fault. Reels. That sounds familiar, Tony. Reels with driving. Reels while driving. Yeah, this is it. Okay, where is it? Guy uploads probably 40,000. Oh, did someone just DM it to me? Oh, Spark, you goat. Yeah, here it is. When you're 18 years old and unemployed, but your knifing career about to take off. And it's just, they just stole a flipping clip. But this got like, it's got 121,000 likes. Probably millions of views. And all the Balisong. I think this is the best part of the whole meme. It does that sometimes. The best part of the whole meme is there's like every flipper in the comments here. There's so many. There's Vab, Flow Bros, J Park, Odo, Ballysocks, Gibby, me, Aaron Babel, Flippin' Rabbit, Pyro, Revenge of the Blades, Pivot Screws, Dopey, Red. Spark also sent me another one. When the Glovers and Sliders are at war, so you genuinely join the Balisong community. This one got 23,000, so people didn't really like this one as much, but my culture is not your costume. That's fire. Okay, I'm liking that one. That rocks. Yeah, the trademark. It's really good. Ethan's gonna retire and start a fish store with me. Please! Please! I used to love going to the fish store with my grandma. It's exhausting being on the side receiving the negativity. I'm sure they're loving dishing it out. It is, yeah. No, it is absolutely a losing battle. When's your next stream? I have no idea, man. It's gonna be fucking either next week, tomorrow, or 3 months from now. Yeah, I know what you mean, RZ. Saw that for the first time yesterday. Is that an Orion V2 in the second one? I don't think it was. I think that was an Orion V1. The Orion V2 is only in the purple and green. We must sell little fish and bug. Sounds awesome. That sounds awesome, man. You should stream more. As I've alluded to multiple times this stream, I used to stream like daily. There's a period of time where I streamed, if not daily, then every other day. Even when I was in college, in the dorm room, I streamed twice, 3 times a week. Mostly because I had no social life. Also, let me open the door. Open the door. Thank you. That is my favorite thing ever. Except when it randomly activates. I'm gonna eat more goulash and go to bed. Good night, chat, Ethan. Dude, that sounds so good. You didn't even... Man, you invited me, but you never said if you were, like, being real or not. Something I've realized is that Balisongs appear to be a white person thing. Yes, but probably because they're illegal literally everywhere else. But also no, because they were made in the Philippines. They supposedly originated in the Philippines. So saying that they're a white person thing is a little funny, but I know what you mean. Good night, Ty. Sleep well. Also, someone asked earlier if Ty and I do live that close. Yes, we do. Ty and I have known each other since before we were able to form thoughts as human beings. Someone in your server picked up a Filipino Balisong, I think. If I ever had the chance to go to the Philippines, I would buy a Balisong and do a Blade Bias video on it. I think that'd be a fascinating video to do. Camera making me realize how much of a freaking mess my mouse pad is. It doesn't look like this in person, I promise. It's just the... I would love to make a video on like your traditional Batangas knife from the Philippines. That would be sick. But at that point, I would want to make like an actually full-on, genuine documentary about that Balisong. Like that would deserve if any Balisong in my collection deserved a full review on the Camaro EE YouTube channel, like old times, that would be it. Also, now that I'm not in 2025 anymore, maybe I should make a full channel review. In case you didn't know, my New Year's resolution that I didn't do in 2025 was I wanted to revive my main channel, this channel, without doing a single Balisong review video. And I stuck to that. I didn't make a review video, but I also only made one other video. So now that I'm not bound to that anymore, like I was bound to it to begin with in the first place. I didn't even fucking do it anyway. I wonder, I know Ty just left. Dude, I wonder after everything Ty and I have learned, me with flipping and Balisong content creation, him with just like cinematography in general, what would a recreation of our first reviews look like? What would a modern Camaro EE and Telestra review look like? Huh. Current song on your phone's active playlist. Go. Give me 1 second. Boom, boom. New age. No, sorry. Daily. Good day list mix. Scroll down to... What is a song that I have? Hold on. Let me just give you a song really quick. Know You Better by Tommy Wine. Tommy Wine? Tommy Ween? I don't know. Tomywyne. Haze by Grand Lotus. Private by The Neighborhood. Maybe We're Meant to Be Maybe We're Meant to Be Alone by Bad Sons. Robot Voices by 21 Pilots. Communicating by Bad Sons. Let's Go Outside, Far Caspian. Her, American Dream. Panic by Movements. Cardiac Arrest by Bad Sons. There you go. What music are you into? I will listen to any music that isn't country and rap. Although sometimes I'll listen to rap, but it's generally not my thing. And modern pop, actually. I don't like modern pop. This might be my most controversial take yet, but it might not even be that controversial. I don't know. Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift, Anyone else kind of in that realm? Not interested. Other than that, I'm pretty chill. I would say my main genre is like alt indie or alt rock or indie or yeah, that's like I would say alt rock is probably what best sums up my music taste, but there's a lot of like indie stuff. There's a lot of other stuff. I don't really know, man. My main playlist is a mashup of 800 songs that is over 50 hours, which isn't a lot, but it's just a bunch of random shit. Bad Sons, 21 Pilots, The Neighborhood, Movements, one of my favorite bands of all time. And then the rest of them are just like random, like it's very random. Lunar Vacation, that's a good one. Modern pop tends to find people calling it white girl music. I mean, that's kind of what I mean, like white girl music. Sabrina Carpenter slaps sometimes. I am one of those people who turn my nose up and go, I don't want to listen to a song that is literally just about complaining about your ex-boyfriend when I could be listening to a song about the horrors of dementia and losing yourself in that disease. Which sounds way more sad, but it's also more psychologically interesting, you know? Like if you like that music, fair play. I do not care. Run it. Just for me personally, I would rather stay out of listening to songs that are about sex and my exes, and I would rather listen to songs that have a little bit more meat to their meaning. Especially Taylor Swift. Dude, I listened to the Tortured Poets department because like everyone was hating on it, and I'm someone who generally tries to form my own opinions on things, so I was like, fine, I'll sit down and I'll listen to it and I'll see if it's deserving of hate. Well, no music is deserving of hate, but you know what I mean. Oh man, if I could describe that album in one word, it is white bread. Every single song bled into each other. I couldn't tell them apart, and I don't think I still could if I listened to them to this day. Is it because you never had an ex or you can't relate? It's not, I mean, everyone can relate to having a person who broke your heart or ruined your life or whatever. I just don't want to hear about it from some billionaire who takes private jets everywhere. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird that that's their biggest thing they're complaining about when they're, especially like Taylor Swift is a perfect example. She's dating a football superstar. She's got millions of dollars, and she still complains about like some guy she dated in high school. It's like, come on, you got to move on at some point. I think that's the other thing. The thing that I really don't like is when you're specifically talking about your problems. Like Taylor Swift, to use that example again, has a song that's 10 minutes long, and it's literally just her talking about her specific ex. And I'm sure that the Taylor Swift fans out there could say like, oh, it's this person. She's talking about this person. But it's like these hyper specific things that she experienced in her life. And that's fine, but I can't relate to that. I can far more easily relate to like a song about losing someone that you love than I can about this guy that manipulated you when you were 20 years old and that you still think about to this day for some reason. You know what I mean? That's just where my brain is. Again, no problem against it. Her music's fine. If you like it, that's perfectly okay. I just can't relate to that. I don't really like listening to it. I just like music. If it's got my toe tapping, I'm down. I don't care if you're rapping about perks, singing about heartbreak, crying about how life's not fair, as long as it's got my toe tapping. Honestly, fair. And I do feel that way as well. Taylor Swift just didn't have my toe tapping, man. I'm hating on Taylor Swift a lot. I'm sorry. all art is valid, and I do appreciate it. I am largely the same, Scott. I do really enjoy when there is like a story being told in my music, though. I love listening to music for two main reasons. My favorite songs out there are songs where I can listen to them 1,000 times over and still hear something new, still find new meanings in the lyrics, still listen and hear some new instrument that I've never heard before, still listen to it for the 19,000th time and appreciate how the drums are combining with the piano in such a beautiful way. Those are my favorite songs. I like my water clean, classic, non-flavored, unsweetened, boring Kirkland water, like a true traditional Texan. Tip my hat to you. I don't want no water. I don't want no indie water company with stiff and what? Sniff and sip? What is sniff and sip? If I'm putting some, if I'm drinking water, I don't think I want it to. I don't want anywhere near the definition of sniff and snip and sniff. Even people prepping for a horrible storm don't want Dasani. Sniff and sip. You want to know another thing I done hate? I done hate sparkling water. I do. Why you gotta make my water sparkling? Why do I have a southern accent? Why does my southern accent suck? All questions we may never know. Sparkling water, I don't like it, man. Sparkling water is only good with flavor. Soda. People drink, my parents love seltzer water. And it's like sparkling water that was like bottled next to a lemon. And I don't like that. I did recently, someone introduced me to Fresca recently, which is like, it's like zero sugar seltzer water, but it actually has flavor, and that shit kind of slaps. Pretty good. Fresca's really good. I like it a lot. Person who introduced it to me, I was like, no, I don't want to drink seltzer water. It's going to suck. And they were like, it's so good. And I was like, fine, I'll try one. And I tried it. It was pretty damn good. And now I buy it. Speaking of buying something, you guys ever watch an advertisement and then buy something? Can you guys think of a specific time in your life where you watched an advertisement and then you went out and you bought the product that they advertised? Orange cream Coke is genuinely the bomb. It's crazy. I'm way too broke for that. I mean anything. Even if you saw like a Coca-Cola commercial and then you bought a Coke at a McDonald's afterwards. I don't know. Because for some reason, I just remembered the one time advertising that I can remember that advertising has really worked on me was Popcorners. Speaking of trying something that someone recommends you, I went out and I bought a bag of Popcorners because of the Breaking Bad ad that they did for the Super Bowl. And now I love Popcorners many years later. So, Coca-Cola AI commercial, that shit pisses me off so much. I'm so annoyed. Every time I saw that during the holidays, Coca-Cola ads are like historically prevalent for making you feel warm and fuzzy, and oh, it's the holidays with the polar bears and they're drinking the soda and it's fucking awesome. And then every time I saw a Coca-Cola ad this year, I was like, wow, it just makes me feel empty and bad. I don't like it. I hate it. Why did they do that? Scream at me if I come back. Okay, Grim. I got you. Even more insulting when they basically invented Santa. Yeah. Yeah. Goodbye, Grim. Sleep well. I just don't like AI. South Texas hates a bit of frost. Yeah, they do. I think the amount of snow that we've gotten up here in the north would have made Texas would have wiped Texas off the map. A Sherlock Holmes pipe, but it's for carts. That's kind of awesome, though. Opinion on the Orion V2? Don't really have an opinion. I don't really know how much they could change it, to be honest. They said they made it more neutral, which kind of worries me because I feel like more neutral is going to make the Orion flip worse. We'll see, though. Me in the same company who's destroying my teeth single-handedly is also not allowing me to get RAM without taking out a loan. What a great gift for the holidays. I love AI. Yes. Yes. Shove more soulless shit down my throat that put people out of work. Please. I need more of it in my mouth. I'm tired, boss. Dude, I'm young people. Normally I would say I wouldn't want to get into this, but we've been in through everything this stream, so fuck it. Young people, are you feeling as like hopeless for the future as I am? Cuz it's getting rough out here, man. Took the thing in my Orion spacer out. I don't know if it's a weight. I think it's a weight. I took mine out and I never had any problems. Please put more stolen vomit down my esophagus. Yeah, yes, very. Yeah, it's getting tough, man. It's getting really, really tough. I think it's very difficult to be a Gen Z person right now. The generation below us is like tanking education scores because social media has rotted their brains. Social media has rotted our brains as well. Teachers used to tell us how peaceful of a time we would grow up in. I grew up in school, like, learning about how America is the land of opportunity and how everyone who works hard can get everything they want. And now 10 years later, that sounds like a fantasy. Because it is. If I have children, I'll be testing them occasionally. If I have children, they're not getting phones, dude. If I have children, they're getting a Motorola flip phone until they're 14. Maybe we'll all wake up from the simulation. Maybe. I loved Youthful American Ignorant Bliss. I did too, man. That's America's secret, Cap. It's always a fantasy. Yeah. Yeah. I got a flip phone at 13 for 2 years. I had an old iPhone 5 that wasn't connected to any like mobile data or anything. And I really only used it to play like fucking Angry Birds. And then I got a track phone with like 500, probably not even, probably like 200 megabytes of data so that I could call my parents from school when I was like in 10th grade, maybe. Or no, when I was in 9th grade. And then in 10th grade, I got my first actual smartphone. And that was my second, or it was my first smartphone. It was the phone before the one I have now. In almost 10 years, I have had 2 phones. Parents called me wasted potential? What the fuck? Because I apparently used computers before I even gained consciousness. My parents always used to tell me, oh, you were so good with the remote when you were 2. I was like, what are you talking about? I was 2. Give me the old man's take, Scott. Are we being too fucking whiny? Are we whining too much, man? What's my most consistent Bally? My Kraken trainer. Felt this year being fucked when my parents jokingly said I should join Porter Control. Aww. Oh, man. That's rough. You feel like fucking emptying your mag into some guy's fucking back. I would never say that. You're speaking your feelings and there's nothing wrong with that. Whiny. Okay, whiny, that's my fault. I worded that poorly. Are we, how would I word that better? Are we just too naive? I want to hear your hot take. Parents love telling people that I memorized Thomas the Tank Engine episodes when I was 3. It was 15 years ago. I really haven't surpassed that since. My dad's party trick was teaching me what DNA stood for, deoxyribonucleic acid, and then getting me to repeat that at all the family gatherings. I think he did that for like a year straight too. I remember that quite vividly. It's the reason I can still say it to this day. I knew how to say this word at some point. I don't think I can. Scopic ill volcanoconiosis is all I know. No, scopicilli. Scopicilli. I don't remember how to pronounce it. Period. How did the stream turn into this, man? This has been a crazy stream. I would like to thank all of you for still being here throughout normal Balisong's content, switching to random discussions, switching to me crashing out about the community, switching to us being having no faith in the future. You're all still here. Thanks. I'm optimistic. You kids are so awesome. You'll figure it out. I trust you. You guys are so freaking smart. It's scary. You're worried because there's so much going on, and that's understandable. That was way better. That was, Scott, I have to be honest with you, that was way better than what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say that, like, things aren't as bad as we were making it because of this, this, and this. Which I think is also probably fair, but that was very nice. Thank you. I genuinely do believe that for all of the brain rot that Gen Z and Gen Alpha have, there are some truly amazing minds coming out of our generation that will hopefully set the rest of us on a path that will be good. I hope. Scott the GOAT. That was a genuinely great message, Scott. Thank you. I'm no kid. I'm pushing 20. I still consider myself a kid. I'm 22. I don't consider myself an adult. I probably won't for the next 5 years. The fact that I am at the age where people start to consider like getting married and having kids scares the shit out of me, because I'm just not an adult. Being a gifted and talented burned the hell out of me. I said it earlier in the stream, but I was a like top 10 high school student, and then I went to college and just fucking fell on my face. It was crazy. Speaking of falling on my face, thank you to my internet for dying. We might still be smooth though. Not dropping frames. Are we still good, chat? It's red. Oh, it's green now. Okay. I think we're good. It did lag a little. Yeah, it friggin' died for a second there, but I think we're good now. My internet just does that sometimes. Shout out our internet provider. Yeah, a lot of hope in the chat. I think all of us will be okay. I do. I think it's really easy to get bogged down in the pessimism, and it's very justified sometimes, but I think we'll be good. Midnight Valley therapy stream. Well, it's better than there was a period of time where every stream that I did, I think genuinely no one in the chat right now is old enough in the community to remember any of these streams. There was a genuine time where every single Balisong stream that I did ended for some reason with relationship talk, despite the fact that you know, me had never been in a relationship up to that point, and I had told the stream chat that at multiple times, but they still came to me for relationship advice like way too often. So I'm glad I will take Midnight Therapy Balisong stream about the current state of the world over that. Ethan played bias. What should I do if my girlfriend doesn't exist? Unironically, what would happen though? Like, there would be people who would come in and be like, I'm having trouble with this girl at school. What do you think that I should do? And I'm like, dog, I'm a guy on the internet. Please. I can't. I don't know. I'm stuck between staying single and not being in a relationship. Isn't that the same thing? Corporate wants you to find the picture or the difference between these two pictures or the same picture. I wonder how much shit in the world is just like because I'm actually conscious now. I'm sure all of it. I'm sure the shit in the world is just because you're actually hearing about it now as opposed to being an innocent little child. Because to pretend that we're the only generation that has ever had problems is ignorant and quite frankly a little stupid. So it is definitely just because you're conscious, like you understand and you are hearing about it. Is it okay to punch a kid at school for a good reason? What the fuck? Did you come straight out of the time machine in 2022 Ethan streams? Because that's the kind of shit I would get asked before. What are you talking about? I think you should self-defense. If someone is attacking you, you should defend yourself. That's all I'm going to say. What are some things you did when you were 18? I played video games. Dude, when I was 18, it was COVID. It was lockdown. I was 18 in 2021, I think. Yeah. I was 18 in 2021. So, like, I was finishing up high school. I was going off to college. My college story wasn't that crazy. Like, I have memories of like throwing plastic spoons in the air in a lobby and then picking them all up. It was like a game that our orientation group leader had made up. Genuinely probably some of the craziest shit I ever got up to in college. Dude, you're looking at what I did through college. I did YouTube. I sat and streamed. You know, for every stream. Oh gosh, I'm getting all messed up in my... Where are my tabs? Tab. Boom. Boom. This. Here. For every stream that you see in... Nope. Not lights. Live stream archive. For every stream that you see of mine in this room right here, that was me not going to college parties or not, to be fair, hanging out with my friends and just sitting in front of my desk and talking to people on the internet who were behind a screen. So many names that I haven't seen in so long, dude. Judah, Running, Splix, Enzo. Boy with Bally. He pops in sometimes, I think. This is my stream, man. What I did when I was 18. I mean, this... April 28th, okay, I guess I was 19 at this point. No, I was 18. It was my birthday yet. Yeah, this is what I was doing. I haven't seen Splix in forever. Splix was kind of like the first. Like, kind of... Never mind. I don't even want to get into it. Why won't you let me scroll? Can't scroll for some... Hold on, let me... Rim's Balisong stream. What the fuck? Where did my stream go? Back from break? Hello? Where? Whatever. Why aren't you going to let me scroll, OBS? There we go. I missed so much in chat. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Holy shit. Ethan Bladebice, please help me. I got set up at a dance. Now the girl hasn't talked to me in 2 weeks. How do I convince her to get into a 4-seater airplane and have her trust me with her life? I'm living the dream, wondering how much I can stay up. I need to go too, Scott. I'm sorry. I've kept you on for this long. I'm glad you've enjoyed, though. I'm glad you've been here. It's been nice to have you. Was the big memory of college you falling on your face part of it? The big... What? Me falling on my face? Oh, when I said I fell on my face, yeah, I guess a big memory of me fall. Yeah, academically falling on my face. Yeah, that's a big memory of college. You should go to bed, Tony, especially with a hole in your foot. How the fuck you have Windows 10? You can apply to get extended security updates. My computer genuinely won't go to 11 because I can't enable secure boot. Because in order to do that, I would have to reinstall my whole operating system. And I don't want to do that. How do you look exactly the same? I don't know, man. Dude, you want to go back to my first ever stream? Or my first ever YouTube video? This was my first ever YouTube video, uploaded December 5th, 2021. I am the same person with shorter hair. Slightly shorter hair. And different glasses. These glasses fucking sucked. You ever feel like hella depressed at night? Yeah. That's what that's what us men call never trusting anything you feel about your life after 10 p.m. I hate this video so much, dude. I don't hate it. It's a fine video, but it just wasn't produced very well. But obviously I'm looking back on that with 4 years of experience to tell me otherwise. Do y'all think I should make kind of talking about type Balisong content? I don't know what you mean by that. If you have something you want to talk about, you should make content. If you don't, run it. What's some advice you would give an 18-year-old? Your whole life is ahead of you. Stay open to opportunity. Stay positive. Maybe not stay positive. Maybe that's bad advice. But definitely stay open to opportunity. My life has changed. I can't think of a thing that stayed the same other than like my parents and Ty being my friend since I was 18. Your life is going to change so much in the next 7 years. So just be open to it. You're going to look back on these years. They're probably going to be the good old days. You should probably really hold on to them while you have them, but you're going to change a lot and hopefully it'll be for the better. See you, Spark. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you had a good one. I'm glad it was a refreshing stream. I would love to know why it was a refreshing stream, but I'm happy it has been. I hope you have a good night. Don't be a jerk to other people. True. It is always easier to be nice than it is to be mean. It sounds fucking... I'm doing something that I kind of hate. I hate when like 16, 17-year-olds talk to me like they have everything figured out. I'm 22. My brain isn't even fully developed. I don't have everything figured out. My life is going to look very different in 3 years from now or 4 years from now than it does right now. So I don't intend to pretend like I have all the answers. I'm just giving you some advice that I would have given to myself when I was 18. But it is very easy to be nice to people. Fortunately. I was going to say unfortunately, but that's not unfortunate. One guy from earlier would have been neuron activated from those numbers. Oh, I said 16, 17, didn't I? God damn it. You know what? Praise to you guys for saying nothing about that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Should I make Bally content that talks about life and flipping a Balisong? Again, if you have an idea, do it. If you don't, maybe wait until you do. Here's my advice to every single person who wants to make content. You never, just do it. Just do it. Never hold yourself back because you think, I don't have enough equipment. I see that a lot. Some people are like, I don't have a good enough camera. Who cares? Make the video. Because even if your camera is so bad that no one will watch it, what you will learn, because here's the thing, you have two different things. Imagine you start making content with a bad camera, so that by the time you have a good camera, you've learned a lot and you've upgraded a lot about what you're making. You know, you have a lot of experience under your belt. So by the time you have a good camera, you're able to put it to use. Whereas if you never start until you have a good camera, you're going to start with a good camera and no skill, nothing to go off of, which isn't necessarily a problem. But the alternative is that you could have started before and gotten even more experience. Seems like a no-brainer. Pyro's Bally Award clip show that you don't need good equipment to make gold. Dude, this year's Bally Awards were fucking wild. They got rid of the 0.5 camera on the 16S? That's crazy. 17-year-olds, from my experience, like to think that they have things figured out so they can feel better because they're shitting themselves at college. Yeah, that could be it. But I've seen it vary a lot on, like, I'll watch a YouTube video of some, like, 15-year-old speaking about topics as if he is, like, the end-all, be-all knowledge about them. And it's like, dude, you don't know anything. I mean, you're supposed to not know anything. You're a kid. You have so much left to experience. I just made a post with my VR headset. That's fire. I wanted to do that once. I wanted to do the pass-through in my VR headset with that. Do a flipping clip like that. Pro took AP Euro and thinks he's the shit. Yeah. I can't flip my way out of a paper bag, but I can put my content out there. You can too, so long as you want to. Exactly. Don't let equipment hold you back from doing anything. If you don't have the ideas, fair enough. Wait until you have the ideas, but... Oh, but that's actually another good point. Never start with your magnum opus. This is something that would have been really helpful for me because you don't have the skills to fully realize what you're... If you have a dream Balisong video, the Balisong video you've always wanted to make, maybe save that for your second or your third video once you've learned a little bit and you have the skills to truly bring that to life. Unless you're okay with redoing it down the road. That's also an idea. When I rediscovered the channel, I thought you and Ty were the same guy, just that your voice pitched up a little bit. People used to think that all the time. When Ty and I used to consistently switch uploads, because if you're new to Blade Bias, the reason that I upload every other day is because Ty uploaded every other day as well. So we would fill in each other's gaps to make it a daily upload. And then when Ty decided he didn't want to do Balisong content anymore, I just decided, okay, I'm still going to do the every other day. And we'll just go from there. But when we used to upload simultaneously, people would get us confused all the time, which I mean is fair because we have, you know, we're not showing our faces, but Ty would have like tattoos and shit. And then I would upload something with my bracelets and people would be like, where'd the tattoos go? Did you get them removed? And it's like, no, we're different people. Very true, Scott. What is or what was your dream Balisong? My dream Balisong was a Seraph. I wanted a Seraph so bad. And then I got one. It was pretty friggin' sick. The only other dream Balisong that I've had is owning like a completely custom Balisong. Like something from Stitch Steel or something from Mantis. But that's like way down the road, dude. I remember the bracelets. I don't even know what happened to the bracelet. I mean, I know where they are. I don't know why I stopped wearing them. I just kind of stopped putting them on when I woke up one day. And then that was it. My magnum opus of a Bally video would be a huge collab where I tell all people... What am I... my brain's just making shit up at this point. Where I tell people why they should flip through interviews with so many top flippers and creators. That's a great idea. I like that idea a lot. Mantis said he was going to finally start on my shiz in Feb. Ooh, ayo, sick. Yeah, I'd want like a paradigm maybe. That would be cool. I wanted an alien for a while, and then I flipped wills, and I was like, I could maybe live without that. This is probably copyright shit. So let's switch off of that. Can't wait until I debut as a VTuber, then I can combine all three of my interests into one. Hell yeah. Three and a half hours. I think, dude. I think that's it. I think that's it. I'm gonna go make a snack and I'm gonna go to bed. I gotta fix my sleep schedule. Oh shit, I gotta upload the Blade Bias video too. Oh, chat. I've already been honest with you guys enough. I am nervous about tomorrow's video, dude. I am nervous. I need to procrastinate my Spanish homework more. No hablo español. There you go. Congratulations. I don't want to go to work. I feel you, Tony. Except I don't. I don't have a job yet, but soon. Oh, well. Well. If tomorrow's video ends up being a nightmare for myself for the next 4 years, then so be it. I hope you enjoy it. Actually, there's not going to be much to enjoy, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not even nervous. I guess nervous is the wrong word. It's just like, I don't want to deal with the fucking people that are going to come out of the woodwork on the video. I make the controversial claim that trans and gay rights are not a political thing. So I'm going to have to deal with the fallout of that for the next few years. Anyway. Golden Vault Pro, a really cool color scheme of a Kraken. Golden teal. Ted had a golden teal Kraken at one point. Or all gold handles with an inked blade. That's a cool colorway. The inclusion agenda goes hard. I try my best, man. I try my best. Anyway, chat. I think that's going to do it. Close the door. That'll never not make me smile. I think that's going to do it. That was an excellent stream. I want to thank everyone for coming out, even though I started later, even though we're going at 3 a.m. right now. I hope you all have a great night. Thank you all for being chill. Thank you for letting me vent so much. Thanks for sticking with me. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully I'll stream again soon. Hopefully I'll be uploading more often here. We'll see how it goes. Until the next one. It's been a while since I said this. Let's see if I can remember. Until the next one, I hope you have a great night, great evening, great day. Whatever it is, wherever you are, have a good one. Make good choices. Flip some good Balisongs. I'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.